The Media Hole podcast is sponsored by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/mediahole to get your free 30-day trial, including one free audiobook. There's over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from, and you can listen to them on your iPhone, your Android, your MP3 playing device, or your Kindle. Once again, thank you, Audible. audibletrial.com/mediahole. Check it out. Support us. Hell yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the Media Hole podcast. This is a weekly podcast in which me and my best friend in the whole world, Ian, talk about movies and television and video games and comic books and anime and all sorts of things and news.
Should I talk through my hands so they think I'm back at home? Yeah, I'm here today because I'm tired of my home setup, and also I get way too distracted when my computer's in front of me.
We're doing it live and in person. Don't worry, we are social distancing. Ian is 40 feet away from me in my backyard.
Yes. Nathan's backyard is definitely 40 feet. It's totally not a square with...
Yeah, well... I'm in the basement, and I have the wire going up out the basement window, and he's in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could, you're making me sit out here in the heat, because it is already way too hot. I get that it's summer, but usually, you feel like you should be eased into this. Where last week I was going to work in a hoodie, and now I'm going in my t-shirt and pants and wanting to die because that's too much. I want to just fucking rip that shit off.
It's fucking gorgeous out now.
Yeah.
I love summer. I'm a big
nice.
summer boy.
I'm gonna fucking probably attempt to break some rules on the 5th, because since I am losing my job, I get 1 day off a year.
Yeah.
That you would do it for your birthday or something where you're like, I'm not working that day, and also pay me for my whole shift.
Yeah.
So on June 5th, which is the Friday of the week I'm supposed to be on an afternoon shift, so I get a good ass long weekend.
Nice.
And I'm just going to sit around my pool because it's being open this week and just getting day drunk. And I don't know, I think I'm going to hit up Blake and be like, hey, you want to come over?
Yeah. Well, it's
And then maybe you, if you want to come.
I'm down.
Yeah. Or only 2 people allowed in the pool at once, and you had to switch between the deep end and the shallow end. So my pool is not massive.
No, yeah, that's... As long as, we're all keeping distance. We're not giving homie kisses. No homie kisses till the virus over, then only
can this
homie
end
kisses.
so I can kiss my homies on the lips? And then on the dick?
Yeah.
I'm going to breathe Corona through your urethra. Oh, it's supposed to rain tonight.
That's supposed to rain.
Well, that's the thing when the temperature goes up so fast.
Yeah,
the
when
clouds
it
get
hard,
mad because they're sweating up there as well.
They're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You think it's allowed to be 30 degrees in Canada? You're dead fucking wrong.
You think it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
I meant 30 Celsius.
Yes.
Which is what? Like a fucking 80, 90 Fahrenheit, something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, yeah. We want to talk about the news?
Sure.
Hey.
Actually, wait, can I just say this because I'm going to forget it?
Yeah.
Did I talk about that I watched Scoob last week?
Yeah.
Or did I watch that post-podcast?
No, I think you talked about it last week.
I think I said I was going to watch it because I think we watched it on Saturday and we recorded before on Saturday because I had to leave because I had to record the breakdown with you.
Right? Yes, you were in the middle of watching it when we recorded.
No. We were supposed. First, they said we were going to watch it at 9, and I was like, sick. I'll tell Nathan we'll start at 8.
Yeah.
And then they were like, someone asked, can we do it earlier? So they said 8, but no one told me that. So I was in the Discord at 7:30, and someone posted, and they're like, only half hour till Scoob, and I was like,
oh fuck,
1 second, and then I had to join, and I was like, guys, when are we watching Scoob? And they're like, 8 o'clock. Ben asked us to move it earlier, and I was like, fuck. So I messaged you, and I was like, how long is this breakdown? And you were like, shorter than the last one. I'm like, okay, we have to start right now. And then I convinced everyone to wait till 8:30.
Yeah.
But there's a joke about Fahrenheit and Celsius in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, about the imperial and metric system, where Velma says she's like, it's 30 kilometers to the east, and Fred's like, can I get that in miles, please, or some shit? And she goes like, how are you like a 20-year-old modern man and don't know the metric system? And he's like, because I'm an American, all I know is Fahrenheit and superhero movies.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That was one that got a lot of laughs. There was a bunch of bad jokes in that movie.
Yeah, I heard that movie's pretty meh.
Yeah, it's like 50% good, 50% bad. The weirdest thing is that Simon Cowell has like a cameo as Simon Cowell.
Why would anybody care? It's not the year 2005.
That's what it was like. Yo, this is a dated joke 10 years ago.
Yeah, like
what the like?
Remember
Simon
when he
Cowell,
was in Shrek 2? That was fine.
That was so current. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
That movie came out in 2004.
I guess like America's Got Talent is still a thing.
Yeah, but American Idol, it may or may not still be a thing, but nobody gives a shit.
It's stopped. It's all America's Got Talent now, which that's why there's a bunch of singers on that show. But they always get outclassed because it's like, all right, you're gonna sit up there and just sing.
Do you remember the guy who did Tequila?
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Stood there. You should have done. Have you ever seen the one where there's another song?
Tequila.
I think there's like a Pitbull song where that does a similar thing to Tequila, but they say Fireball. And people were like making memes where they're standing there like waiting for the tequila part, and then they just go Fireball. Shit.
That's funny.
All right, the news.
The news. Ian, you probably have something to say about this, maybe. Demon Slayer's over.
Yeah, that was not a good last chapter.
Oh, you read it. That's good. I wrote it down and I was like, Ian may not be caught up.
Literally, no, I really liked the show, so as soon as it ended, I started reading the manga. Because
I knew you did that. I just didn't know that you actually were caught up.
The final, it's pretty much everyone gets fucked up. The people who you thought everyone was dead, psych, only half of them are dead. There's like some minor things where they're like you know, longing touches and sort of thing, where it's like these are definitely the people who are about to fuck, and you think the next episode's gonna be like a 10 years later sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
and it's like a 10 minutes later.
No, like you think it's gonna be like, you know, fucking movie ends, and they're like, you know. Do you see that they have kids in the future? You see how they're like they stuck together. Oh, you thought
there would be like a little
like a fucking Naruto or
epilogue episode.
Yeah, or like the first couple episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Well, not the first episode where he takes Gohan to meet Master Roshi and Krillin, which it's like, bro, these were like your best friends for like 5 years, and you didn't talk to them for 4 years and tell them you fucked your wife, you fucked a baby into your wife, like.
So what you're saying is it just ends.
It skips like 100 years into the future.
Oh.
And you see a bunch of kids that vaguely look like characters from the previous. Are
we Borutoing it?
No, 100 years, Nathan.
Are we Boruto's sunning it?
It's like there. I think it's like 100 years, so it's like would be
so Avatar. It's like modern day.
No, it'd be like Legend of Korra.
Legend of Korra.
But except in like where Tenzin and Lin and them, they are just children of the previous.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's a General Iroh.
Okay.
Or if you never met Lin or Sue, and you just met their kids, like it's like, oh, here's Opal, and it's like, who's Opal? And she's like, well, she's the granddaughter of Toph Beifong. It'd be like, what the fuck? No, actually, no. She doesn't even look like Toph, because Toph is like very white, but her kids are like have more of a tan complexion because Toph likes that chocolate.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that even though they gave her a love interest during the Rift, that's still not one of the parents.
Well, it's not confirmed.
I think it's confirmed that he's not.
Oh.
That Lin and Sue's father.
Yeah, because they have
still different men.
Yeah, their fathers are different men.
One of their fathers was not Satoru, though.
Okay. Sokka. Sokka's.
It kind of bums me out that Sokka doesn't have a kid.
Well, because like, here's my vibe, and I think we talked about this a bit last week, but we're going to talk more about Avatar later.
Oh yeah, because I watched everything.
You're fully.
I finished Korra today.
In 2 days, I've watched all of season 1.
Oh yeah, well, for me it was one day I watched all of season 1. The next day season 2. This was for when I was watching Avatar. Season 3 took me a bit longer because I
started to cry more often. Yeah.
No, because I was also going back to work.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I could only watch. I was pretty much watching from when I got home to when I went to sleep, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also I was playing video games with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, not much. I haven't played a lot of games. I've literally just been watching Avatar.
Avatar's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Demon Slayer, poopy bad manga.
Good manga. Good. I think
just didn't stick the landing.
Chapter 204 is a good chapter. Chapter 205 is not what I wanted.
Okay. Cool. Do you think they will Korra it and do Demon Slayer set? Because like 100 years later would be like modern day.
No, they can't do that because that's a spoiler.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Because fuck it. No one who listens to this is going to read this manga.
Chris listens to some of these, maybe.
Does it?
I don't, you know what? He does.
You know what?
He says he
they
does.
They solved the
doesn't.
demon problem and they're not around anymore.
Okay.
Like, so
that's not a spoiler.
It kind of is when you know.
The evil is vanquished.
The evil has been vanquished permanently. It is gone. 100 years later in the future, you see a bunch of kids vaguely acting like their parents. There's implications that Nezuko went and fucked the blonde kid because you see a kid with black hair who behaves like the blonde kid. He's very shy and he's very scared all the time. But then you see his older sister, who looks exactly like Nezuko, except she's a fucking bitch.
All right, that's a weird choice.
It's odd. I think he might have wanted to do more, but then they probably Shonen Jump was maybe just like, yeah, your series is fucking amazing, but you're being replaced next week.
Oh,
so get it on out.
Your book is killed. That's surprising. You'd think they'd cancel something else for something else.
I don't think it was canceled. I think this ended on its way. I'm saying I think he wanted to do more chapters.
Oh,
maybe.
Like, you think he wanted a couple more weeks, and they were like, "Oh, but the first time you told us, you said this many."
Yeah, you thought by now you
thought 205, but then like by the time you were there, you were like, "Oh, maybe we should have done." Maybe
you thought 200
207.
was going to be the final chapter, and then it turned in, and you were going to do 5 additional chapters, and we already have things scheduled, and to move them would be really fucking up. But you know, I'm not an expert on how Shonen Jump works.
No,
Super
I'm not
Eye
either.
Patch Wolf is.
Yeah.
A man who has to apologize every single time he makes a video talking about the statistics in Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
Love him.
He's great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some movie trailers that came out.
Yeah.
New trailer for Christopher Nolan's Tenet.
I think I saw a clip of it, and I was like, I'd rather just watch the movie at this point.
Yeah. I think
they were talking about a gun, like shooting it.
Oh, and
like, you're not
it
shooting
unshoots it.
You're catching it, and I'm just like, I'd rather. And I saw it like in the freeze frames because my internet's been real shitty recently.
Oh yeah.
So it was like GIFs, but they were like going so slowly that I just read the subtitles and was like, you know what? I'll just watch the movie.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I don't need another trailer.
Yeah.
Because trailers released this close to the movie are just spoilers.
It's a Nolan movie.
That's fine.
But
still, like, you know, there's things that you might want to just see happen in the movie and not happen very quickly in the trailer. Like, remember the Devil May Cry 5 like launch trailer?
Oh yeah.
They just straight up told you who the big bad is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and then
I figured, but
here's the funny thing. When they're the chapter where they're talking about him, where where V just straight up says who it is, I accidentally skipped it and didn't know. I thought that's just where it ended. So when I got the reveal of like the scene, I think if V didn't tell you who the man was the whole time,
he doesn't.
He does. He tells you. No, he tells you the backstory, and he says it's Dante's brother. It's Virgil.
No, but he says no. Sorry, V. When V says it to Dante, it cuts away before he finishes saying Virgil.
Yeah, he goes like.
Yeah, he goes.
Yeah, he bites his lip like how you would say the letter V.
He bites his lip like a vixen.
He bites his lip. He's like, oh, fuck.
You want some of this?
You want me to split you in the half with the Yamato? Sick.
You want to hit this? It's technically not incest
when he's telling
now.
Trish, he straight up just says that he's half Virgil.
Virgil.
And then that's why Trish says, I'm not your mommy, V. Because, you know, Trish is they're a clone of a demon clone of their mom.
That's after everybody else has said it.
No, it's not.
Is it?
No, it's not. V just straight up tells Trish and the audience that he is the human side of Virgil. I've played the game like 5 times now.
So, yeah, I played the game a bunch of times too, but
I didn't skip the cutscenes because they're good.
I didn't either. Well, actually,
and then also there's like when like you go down to fight Urizen.
Yeah.
Before V combines them back together. Yeah. There's like a flavor text that just says Urizen is Virgil.
Yeah, it's half of Virgil.
Yeah, and it's like, God damn it, fuck off.
So yeah. Anyway, in the trailer for Tenet, we finally got to see Robert Pattinson's character.
Ooh, he's in it.
Yeah, he's the Christopher Nolan XP. He's the self-insert character of Chris Nolan in this one, like how Leo DiCaprio is Nolan's self-insert in Inception.
Okay. I feel, is this like a thing that like everyone that other people say, or is this just something that you say?
Other people have said this.
Okay.
I'm excited for which woman betrays the main character in this movie, like it happens in every Christopher Nolan movie.
I'm gonna say it's the woman who's telling him about the gun.
Yeah. The only woman in the trailer?
Yeah. She might be the only woman in the movie.
Yeah, probably.
Remember, women can't do anything.
Dunkirk's the only Nolan movie where there's no woman that betrays the main character, and that's because no women fought in World War II.
Well, I don't know. I've played Battlefield 5, and there's a woman in that game with a robot arm, so I think that's historically accurate.
Or sorry, women did fight in World War II, but usually in resistance things because they weren't official soldiers
like that,
for Britain.
There's like the best sniper in the world or something with some female sniper.
French resistance, right?
It's either French or Polish. Like, but she's killed a bunch of people. Then there was also like that real life femme fatale who would like go around and seduce Nazis and fucking slit their throats.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, women are cool. Dudes can't do anything undercover anymore because it's just like you see another dude walk into like a house party and like, how is he here to kill me?
Yeah, if I see a man out anywhere, I'm just like,
not
he's
to be
dangerous. But if I see a woman, I'm like, oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So as of this trailer, we still don't know any of the characters' names in this movie.
Fuck, what was that? There was like a movie like, oh, it's like Mother, where everyone's just named like,
well,
man.
Yeah, maybe. I have no idea if that's what they're doing with this.
They better not. Or I think that fucking Rock movie where he was like a I think his name is Driver. I think it's just called Driver, where he's on he gets out of prison and he goes on a killing spree of like these old boomers who betrayed him and his brother robbed a bank. And then these old boomers capture them, killed his brother, shot the Rock, but the bullet ricocheted out through his cheek.
Oh, yeah?
And he didn't die. He went to prison. So he comes out and his whole thing he's going to kill them. And Billy Bob Thornton is like the last guy he kills.
Oh.
But the characters' names in the movie is just like Pervert, Driver, Bad Man. It's like,
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's something that you can do, but...
It's like a boring action movie.
Yeah. Anyway,
and on pretty much all the old men who get it, they're like, it's like they're pathetic old. It's like, bro, oh, like that's just an old man. He's dying anytime soon. But then you see that they're all like awful people. Like one of the guys, it's implied that he was a pedophile.
Ooh, gross. Yeah. But yeah, for Tenet, two big things that might make you laugh at this or whatever.
Yeah.
The trailer ends with the big letters proclaiming "coming to cinemas."
Yeah. Because,
like I said last week, that's the tentpole movie. All of Hollywood is seeing how much, like, will people go to the theater to see this movie when it comes out in June or July, whenever. I might check it out.
1 second.
It's honestly the most hype I've been for a new Nolan movie since Dark Knight Rises. Because, like, after Dark Knight Rises, I kind of stopped being as big of a fan of Nolan. Because I think that movie's poopy. But yeah, also the trailer premiered for the first time in Fortnite.
Yeah, stop that. Also, the movie was called Faster.
Faster. Terrible name for a film.
Yes. There's not even that much. It's not that much of a car movie, but I think this is a year after. Wait, when did Fast 5 come out?
Fast 5 came out in 2011, I think.
This is a year before.
Oh, yeah.
Dwayne Johnson, Billy Bob Thornton, Tom Berenger, Olivia Jackson Cohen, Adewale Akinoue Agbaji, Carla Gugino. That's all.
Okay.
Clint Mansell did the music.
But yeah, this Fortnite thing, I think I get what the point is, because they're like, he's like,
there's a ton of people play Fortnite, and it's not just children. There is a bunch of adult men who play that game,
and like Nolan is a big guy who like says going to the movies should be a fucking event. Like, here, I make giant blockbusters with giant budgets, but I do a lot of practical effects. I do a lot of like that stuff. Like Tenet, to be fair, Nolan is like the only director you can sell like a big budget movie on, and this is the highest budgeted original film ever. $205 million budget.
Yeah.
So like obviously I do think that's a good thing to do, even though I'm not a big fan of the director. But yeah, I'll probably check this film out.
When will Apex Legends get their film debut? Or when am I going to be in the middle of a game of Valorant and they just cut off because I need to go see the fucking Fast 9 trailer?
Yeah, no, in the middle of Valorant, it'll just cut to an ad for like the new Ip Man.
Yeah.
Like a Chinese thing.
Oh, yeah, they are. Well, they're Chinese
owned.
Invested.
Invested?
Yeah, I think
I thought they bought them out.
I'll look that up, but I think they are, it's like Tencent owns a lot.
Yeah, so like Tencent Pictures presents.
Yeah, Tencent Pictures presents Tai Chi, the world's greatest kung fu style.
Yeah. Oh, and another trailer that came out, which honestly, in my opinion, will probably end up being a better movie. Shots fired. Spike Lee's newest joint, Da 5 Bloods. Which tells the story of 4 African American.
Oh yeah, no, their parent company is Tencent, so yeah, they're owned.
So if you don't know what happened in this trailer, it's Spike Lee's new movie. It tells the story of 4 African American Vietnam veterans who returned to Vietnam in search for the remains of their fallen squad leader and the promise of buried treasure. These heroes battle forces of humanity and nature while confronted by the lasting ravages of the immorality of the Vietnam War, which comes out on Netflix June 12th. Looks good. I mean, I liked Black Klansman. I think that was like the first step because, as far as I'm aware, Spike Lee had a couple years where he just didn't release much good stuff. And then Black Klansman came out and was quite good. So I'd love to see this. I looked at the trailer. Trailer looks good. Got a great cast. Do you like Vietnam War movies, Ian?
No.
Why?
It's a war movie.
No, but it's not a war movie.
But it's a war movie.
But it's not a war.
It's not. But
it's not a war movie the way that like Dunkirk in 1917 is a war movie.
Yeah.
Those movies are like practically propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Any Vietnam War movie is usually anti-war.
Yeah, because you can't make a fucking propaganda film about a war you straight up lost to a bunch of dudes in trees.
Yeah, and it's about them coming back like years later when they're old.
Yeah. And I'm sure they're gonna. Oh, as long as they don't go around and just kill the populace because they are looking for their buried treasure, and you can just do that because they aren't white people.
Stop fussing with the cord.
I'm gonna fuss with the fucking cord. Okay. As long I don't know. It's as long as they don't Uncharted it.
Yeah. No, I don't. That's not the vibe. It's like a. It's like a.
I always heard that about Uncharted.
What?
That Nathan Drake is going around and killing like the natives.
Yeah, sort of.
Not in the first game.
No.
In the first game, you kill zombies and you kill a rival paramilitary.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You're usually fighting other invaders.
And then in 2, it's also the same until you meet the powered up people, but then they are also now supernatural beings. It's not like you're killing the villagers.
Yeah.
3...
No.
No.
Yeah, you're still fighting... You're fighting the
a secret
evil
organization.
CIA. Yeah.
4, you're fighting a paramilitary.
Yeah. You're always fighting other invaders. That is true.
Yeah. I think there's some times when you do kill some people in the population, but he's not like becoming a mass murderer.
No, usually the people in the population usually like him. Like at the end of 2, when the Tibetan people.
Oh
like
yeah,
him.
they were like, "Thank you for getting rid of this fucking monster." Or
yeah. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna help you because you crashed that."
3,
train.
you meet that random prince out in the desert.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah,
cool.
they were.
You ride the horses.
You helped them get these invaders out of their lands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
Nathan Drake is a hero to the people. He only kills bad people.
He kills hundreds of people.
He kills hundreds of people, but they're working for evil organizations. It's
That's
like,
true.
bro, I may have killed a bunch of people, but they all worked for Amazon. I just go on my rooftop and snipe any Amazon delivery
I was
driver.
gonna say soldiers. Hey man, I killed hundreds of people, but they were all soldiers.
I think
No,
killing
it's
soldiers
different.
is the same thing as killing a bunch of people, because there are people who are just there like, I need the money.
Yeah.
Well, I would say most
I
people
don't know.
who work
You don't
at Amazon.
join a fucking secret organization because you're like, oh, I need the cash.
Oh yeah, well when it's a secret organization like that, you're always like, I was top of my class as a recruit, and then these people swung through and was like, we will
like a
literally
mercenary
pay
group.
We will
Like-
literally pay you double, and also we have some crazy fucking ideas on how the world should run, and you're like, you know what? I'll take a join. I'll be right there with you.
Like, becoming a mercenary, like a soldier for hire. You've basically decided, no, you know what? I'm okay with
You can
dying.
buy my morals.
Yeah.
I think they're cool.
I think it's
but
a
I
cool
always
concept.
like them. I always like the mercenary who's like, I'll take my money now, and then by the end they're like, I'm invested in the cause now,
Yeah.
which is kind of Cloud in Final Fantasy VII remake.
I got a couple other stories here.
I would like a Star Wars game like that though. That would be real cool.
Oh, you mean like that Boba Fett comic?
No, just not Boba Fett related. Fuck that. The Mandalorian. There's a man. He is a bounty hunter who sees a baby and goes, maybe I'll rescue that baby.
Yeah. You hear about this? A South Korea soccer club apologized as sex dolls appear in stands.
I saw that.
So yeah, they had a game, but obviously it wasn't open to the public. It was just on television. So they had mannequins, quote unquote, in the stands, but it was revealed that they were in fact weird sex dolls.
So here, the thing is like, how did you get that many sex dolls? And because those things are like,
they were provided by a
fucking-
company.
Okay, that's funny then, because those things are like $500 a piece.
Well, it's like a football, like it's like a
Yeah, but
sport. or
if say
anything.
you were looking for mannequins,
Yeah.
and you were you were the guy in charge of like going to get these mannequins. You have a budget.
Yeah.
If it's like I can fill 20 seats, I have fucking $15,000 to work with
I feel
in like a 10,000 person seat theater. If each one is $500, you're only filling not even one section. Where mannequins you buy for like a store,
well, if you saw the
probably
picture, they're
20
very
bucks.
spread apart.
Exactly. If some asshole actually went out and was like, "Oh, $500 for one of those mannequins you get at a store?" Sure. But then they show up and they're like, "Why does it have a full vagina and asshole?"
Well, it was wearing clothes by the time they got there. They were like, "Oh, it looks more realistic." I get it.
If a company was the one who sent them, like, "Hey, we'll help you guys out,"
Yeah.
then that makes more sense. But if someone accidentally went and was like, "This is a good idea to buy these,"
I think it was somewhere in the middle.
you think someone was looking and then they hit up a company and was like, "Hey, how about you do this for free?"
get
And
a
they're
deal.
like, "Sure." And then they probably pocketed whatever budget they had.
Yeah, I think it was like, they gave us a deal where it was like we'd probably get what we would pay for a regular mannequin for these weird, more realistic mannequins, and they didn't realize they were sex things.
I don't know how you could not realize that.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was a conspiracy.
Yeah. Do you think the inside of the mannequins, when that's not the vagina part, is just a bunch of ballistics gel? Like they took one of those fucking torsos that they would always just destroy on that fucking Deadliest Warrior show on
Spike TV,
on Spike TV, and just fucking.
which we talked about last
Well,
week.
Spike TV is gone, so they were like, "Fuck, what do we do with all this ballistics gel?" I know,
Yeah.
we'll sell it to some Korean company, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna mold this into women and then shove fleshlights in there." And then I guess they had to make the head because they never had heads on those. Actually, there was ballistic heads,
Yeah,
but they were all man.
they were all jelly and like had brain shit in them.
Yeah. Well, they were supposed to emulate what it would be like for a bullet to like go
Yeah.
through a human body. But obviously it doesn't
all
work like that
bullshit.
because it wasn't flowing, and also they didn't. It was just like literally like, here's where your organs are, and then you pierce the organ, and they would just be like, the organ has too much thickness. Like it would be like fully filled with shit.
Yeah,
like with the gel.
Or it was like, here's this person standing here. Now here's what a spear could do to the human body, and it's like, whoa. Oh,
then
man.
they had, like,
we're
the
doing
guy-
real science here, boys.
The guy who they had like wielding the spear was like just a fuck some like little intern going like, okay.
No, it was always like some guy who's like, I'm a professor of fucking ninjutsu and shit.
Yeah, it's
I have
like,
a doctorate in bullshit.
You don't have that style. You don't have the proper breathing technique.
And they're like, oh, here's this, and it's like, it was every episode of that show was such bullshit.
Yeah. And then when the recreation of like, ooh, this is how the fight would look if they fought, it'd be like,
It's like
No.
it's like who would win in a fight, fucking Batman versus Superman, and it's like they wouldn't fight, they're friends.
yeah. Well, they wouldn't ever do something that could like when Screw Attack did that shit.
Or yeah, Death Battle. Fuck that show.
Yeah. Fuck that show.
It's dumb.
Oh, Superman can beat Goku. I don't care.
Yeah. Like,
Also,
sure.
according to the new of Ultra Instinct Goku, in Dragon Ball Fighters, no one can, because that character is actually invincible. You can literally walk forward and projectiles just bounce off of you. So therefore, Superman can't do shit to Goku when he can't hit him.
I guess, but whatever. Goku is inherently inferior to Superman because he's a ripoff of Superman.
No, it's not a ripoff of Superman.
What's Goku's backstory?
Well, who knows actually what his original backstory is?
He was a baby.
No, he was a baby found in the jungle by his grandpa. They didn't bring that shit until fucking 300 chapters into Dragon Ball, when Toriyama already forgot 80% of what he did in the previous 200 chapters.
So, but what his backstory is
why do you keep calling androids 17 and 18 that? They have real names. It's Lapis and Lazuli. Goku was an alien sent from his planet before it got destroyed.
Yep.
By a meteor, but then it was revealed that it was not. It was a man that Goku later kills. No, actually, no, he doesn't. Goku doesn't kill a single person in the entirety of Dragon Ball Z.
Trunks killed him.
Trunks killed him. Technically, Goku does kill Frieza during Dragon Ball Super, though, but it's fucking stupid.
But yeah.
That's why that movie was bad. And they, instead of changing the story, they just made it the same, where Goku gets punked by some dude with a small blaster. Like, that's the worst thing in Dragon Ball, is it's like Goku will be, you'll show like kid Goku getting shot with bullets and going, ow, that tickles, in a bad way. And then you see Goku as an adult fucking ascended to God state, and a man shoots him in the chest with like a little fucking laser pistol from far away. Something that has also been shown to just bounce off of him, and it pierces his heart and kills him in one shot. By technology. Well, and then Frieza goes and blows up the planet, but then Whis goes, actually, would you like me to do my temporal do-over where I go back 2 minutes in time? But Goku, since you're alive again because we gave you a sensu bean, because that's bullshit, you got to go and immediately kill Frieza when we get back. And that's the Resurrection F arc.
Alright.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball sucks.
No, it doesn't. Dragon Ball Super sucks.
And speaking of bad things, did you hear that they're finally, after all these years, gonna release the Snyder Cut?
Yes. HBO was paying a lot of money for that.
HBO Max is gonna spend between $20 and $30 million to do VFX and ADR on the Snyder Cut, which is allegedly a 4-hour cut of Justice League that was like somewhat done, but they're probably gonna do it again, which only uses Snyder's footage.
Yeah.
Are you happy now? You've bullied a corporation into making more money off of you.
Well, okay, don't stop bullying corporations.
No, but I mean, like,
but once it comes out, fucking torrent it.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Steal it.
And like, if you're like, oh wow, now we really made a difference, and it's like, no, it's the same fucking Warner Brothers that did all the bullshit you didn't like. It's just they're gonna squeeze more money out of you.
This is completely different from Sonic the Hedgehog, in my opinion.
I would say that both is bad, because I think like these people pretend that they care about like artistic things or whatever, but like Warner Brothers owns the IP. Warner Brothers was footing the bill for the movie. They decided that they wanted the movie to be under 2 hours. They decided they wanted the movie to have a lighter tone, and they decided that they like wanted fucking
Superman to come back with a mustache. They should have just Superman grew a mustache while he was underground. Fuck it. So Henry Cavill didn't have to have that prosthetic on.
Yeah.
And then CG it as well and just make it look bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they should have given him a mullet, like in the actual Return of Superman.
Yeah.
Apparently, like I said, Justice League, the version we got, is not a good movie. It's very clearly mismatched, and it was very clearly like they were doing stuff until the last fucking minute to try to polish that movie, but the problem was they were just too close to the deadline. They should have delayed it, but they can't. Also, movies can't be delayed.
Maybe just fucking choose one director and stick with them.
Well, no, the reason why Zack Snyder left, some people say he was fired, some people say that he left because of the family tragedy that happened to him around the same time. But Zack Snyder handpicked Joss Whedon to replace him.
So it was his choice to make a bad movie.
Well, Joss Whedon's stuff is the best part of that movie.
Are you sure about that? I haven't seen it.
I thought you did.
No, I don't want to. I don't even think I watched the Snyder Cut. Like, I just don't. I have no interest.
I will watch the Snyder Cut. We're gonna have to do a breakdown on Justice League. By
Sure. Once the Snyder Cut comes out.
No, that's 2021. And so anyway, here's the big kicker. When I said it's a 4-hour cut, Warner Brothers and HBO Max are actually going to cut it into a 6-episode miniseries so that they can fleece you for 3 months worth of subscriptions because they're spending $20 to $30 million on it.
3 months. Wouldn't it be 2 months?
No, because you can release. So there are 4 weeks in a month.
Yes.
So you can release 2 episodes in 1 month, 4 episodes in another.
Oh, so they release it bi-weekly.
You can release 1 episode in the first month. You can release 4 in the next and 1 in the next.
I guess, yes, that would
Every
be
week,
that would
yeah.
be 3 months.
I bet you they will do that. They said 2021 May 29th or something, which is like the end of the month.
Yeah.
And if they do 6 episodes, which they should, because they're trying to recoup that much money.
I wish that corporations like Netflix and fucking any streaming service, they'd just be like, hey, your bill comes on the 1st or on the 31st. Fuck you. Instead, I get it in the middle of the fucking month. Like, yeah. I could have signed up on the 1st, but I didn't. What, am I going to double pay? Am I going to make it a new account just so I could have this this thing that I believe is convenient to myself? No.
Yeah.
Am I going to struggle to go to the fucking Bell store and be like, cancel my thing, don't have a phone for 2 weeks, then go back and be like, reactivate my contract. Wait, what are you talking about? I have to spend more money. Wait, what do you mean I can't get unlimited data anymore because that was a small one-time deal?
Yeah, man. The Snyder Cut's dumb, and if you think Zack Snyder is worthy of a 4-hour film, you're dumb.
Bro, he's not even worthy of a 2-hour film.
Yeah.
Let alone an hour or like a short film. That man makes music videos.
Yeah, those music videos that he made are great.
Yeah, if Sucker Punch was just like a collaboration he made
Sucker
with an
Punch
artist,
was 45 minutes, it'd be a great movie.
Fuck yeah! And also, if they didn't make it some like brain stuff where it's like, yo, it's not a brothel, it's actually a psych ward, but they're being raped, so they act like they're prostitutes.
It's such a weird
It's
choice.
like, no, just make it a psych ward that's like crazy and is a fucking brothel. Don't make it this other shit.
Yeah, the Sucker Punch thing is weird because I've seen like a couple people online try to spin it as like a cool sort of lesbian and like mental health thing, and
because it's women beating up like
time.
Giant men and being like, haha, it's women empowerment, they're all gay.
Well, yeah, but I think the difference is Sucker Punch isn't fucking Jennifer's Body. Like, Jennifer's Body at the time, we all thought it sucked, but it's actually great when you go back to it.
I just always see that one fucking clip from Jennifer's Body where she's like flying across the room or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, she's flying. She's like, she's not flying, she's just floating. And she's just like, oh my god, can you not just let me have one fucking thing?
Like, that movie, Jennifer's Body is a good movie. And like
It
at the
looked like
time, everybody thought it sucked. But
It looked like it was like a fucking teen sex romp where they were just like, yeah, it's a fucking hot teenage girl who just gets fucked, and it's like,
yeah, it looks kind of male gazy from the outside, but it's directed by Karen Kusama, a woman, and it's written by Diablo Cody, who wrote Juno.
Isn't she just like a succubus in that movie?
Yeah, but it's also
where she
like
fucks
super,
men and they die.
It's super gay also though, and like it's like a super. That's what I mean. Like, people are trying to say that Sucker Punch is like Jennifer's Body, where just at the time nobody really got it. Then like nowadays, when you go back to it, it's like, oh, this is actually smart. But Sucker Punch isn't that. It's not Jennifer's Body.
I think it's just people looking for representation that might fit and going like, I'll even take this garbage if it represents me. And it's like, no, ask for more, please.
Again, Jennifer's Body is actually good.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm talking about Sucker Punch.
Yeah. Sucker Punch, trash.
Or
like cool designs and stuff, but like just the way it's just so edgy, you know?
What, Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like it's very.
It would be a really cool video game.
Yeah, it's very American McGee. It's very bad mid-2000s anime.
Yeah. You got just like these ridiculously hot girls with katanas and other ridiculous weapons.
But then also it's really like
in hyper-sexualized schoolgirl outfits beating up like giant warrior mechs and shit. And it's just like, whoa, This is super cool to look at. The trailer was sick. This movie sucks to watch.
Again, if it was 45 minutes, I'd be saying, man, Sucker Punch is sick.
Yeah.
The guy who made that's going places.
Oh, yeah, you would say that. And then you'd see it's like, oh, never mind. He is not allowed to have more than 40. Someone should recut that movie to only be 45 minutes long.
Only the imaginary parts.
Only the imaginary parts, not John Hamm at the end being like, whoa. Did you see that? I gave her a lobotomy, but her brain's still working crazy.
Yeah, just the imaginary parts. Then it's like, oh, that'd be neat. It'd still be kind of a little gross sometimes, like a mid-2000s anime.
Well, like,
but like, I'd still be like, it's cool.
It's supposed to be like girls rising up inside of a brothel, like that they were like trapped in, like forced into.
No, I mean like the way it's shot, where it's shot like you're licking your lips while watching them. You know what I mean? Like where the camera's like, yeah, you like this, you fucking little bitch.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You like this? You want to? If you weren't in the theater
this
right now, you'd be gripping your fucking little peen.
Yeah, like
you're gonna go home and go on N hentai and look up Sucker Punch NTR.
Like when you do an over-the-shoulder shot, but from the butt.
Under the cheek shot.
Yeah, like where it's like there's a person on the left-hand side of the frame and you can see them at their entire body, and on the right-hand side of the brain it's butt and legs
or
down.
It's the fucking like the full body shot where it starts at the legs, so you're like, ooh, those gams, and then it like speeds up and it like chops on like this perfect fucking like spiraling shot of her ass just jiggling, and then it goes up and then just tits, and they just like get pushed up for a second, like, or like they like jiggle but get pushed together, because that's how that shit works. And then
like how in Transformers 1, if you look at the script, you're like, wow, Michaela is a really smart character.
And then it goes to lips. She licks her lips. You're like, give me that dick.
Well, and
then pulls out, and it's her, and she's just like pigtails, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Also, any man who thinks pigtails or like twin tails are attractive, you're a fucking pedophile.
Nice. I'm glad we can make call-outs on this podcast.
Like a fucking Persona.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks about Anne's design is those fucking twin tails. Give me a fucking ponytail. Also, why are they're so voluminous?
It's because she's American, dude.
No, she's not. She's Scandinavian.
Scandinavian, you're right.
Yeah, which actually makes more sense.
Yeah.
Tall, blonde, blue-eyed woman.
Yep.
Actually, I don't even think she's the tallest in the cast. I think Makoto's taller than her.
That's a good question.
It's not worth looking up.
Because the thing is An is the type who would wear high heels, and Makoto isn't. So
you're right. Because Makoto's supposed to be plain.
She's plain and
more like
she loves the police.
She loves her father's ideal of the police, where she's just like, they are there to fully protect you and make sure that people aren't doing bad things to you, where in reality the police are there to make sure you stay in fucking line, and they will beat you and make sure you're 6 feet apart, or else I will force you apart.
Yeah.
Thanks, New York City cops. You definitely don't look any worse than you ever have.
Yeah. It's hard to make the NYPD look worse,
but
they've done it consistently.
I love that. You remember that fucking thing about the guy in Yakuza 4?
Yeah.
The guy who was the original Tanomura, and then he did drugs, and then they edited his face out of the game?
Yeah.
And he's not in the remaster?
Yeah.
Do you remember how, like... so, that was a false drug charge.
Yeah.
But it was... that never officially came out. Like, they never changed his fucking criminal record.
Yeah, he was... Well, no, it wasn't even that he was arrested. It was like a big rumor or something.
No, I don't think it was him. I think that I'm getting the story wrong. It was the villain from Judgment.
No, the guy from Judgment got actually arrested for cocaine possession.
But people were still, like, his actor friends were still going around and being seen with him in public.
Yeah.
And the police were like, stop it! He's a criminal! You should be socially ostracizing him.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's also... But he played an antagonist in a video game about corrupt cops.
Yeah. The guy from Yakuza 4, he had a rumor that he was doing a lot of drugs, and that killed his career, but he actually hadn't done it. It's not, he wasn't charged or arrested with anything. Like, so that one's way worse. Pure Taki, it's like, yeah, he had coke.
Yeah, pure, and it wasn't even like a large amount of coke. It
wasn't.
He had like a single bump.
He's a fucking actor.
He was gonna do a fucking key bump before he started doing his role where he played a villain in a Yakuza game.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
In America, it's like, we let Robert Downey Jr. come back.
Oh, and Robert Downey Jr. has done nothing but, like...
He did a million drugs.
I love that
drug.
people are a lot of people have been discovering Tropic Thunder recently.
Oh, but Tropic Thunder's he's making fun of that.
It's a joke, yes.
Yeah.
But then
he's playing a white guy.
That's the thing. It's just like the Joji thing. He's playing a character who doesn't think this is wrong.
Yeah.
But instead they're not going even farther back.
Playing a black guy because he's trying to make fun of people like Russell Crowe and shit who did that for real recently, like around the time.
But it's like but they're also not looking back farther, where it's like you shouldn't cancel someone for being a character. If you want to try and cancel someone for something real, what about the time like Robert Downey Jr. beat his wife?
Well, the thing he did was that he did a lot of drugs and solicited an underage prostitute.
Or Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin was an alcoholic who had like a fucking lot of issues.
Yeah.
And
we let Mel Gibson come back and direct movies again.
Josh Brolin is actually like very apologetic about that shit, but he's also very much like someone in one of his interviews kind of brought it up around Avengers time. And he's like, he just straight up was like, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
We're not going there.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like Mel Gibson got to direct fucking Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, Mel Gibson is actually the worst human being.
Yeah,
he beat his wife. He said the N-word.
He said the worst sentence I think any person has ever said in their life, which we will not even slightly repeat.
I will. Tell me what it is. Write it down.
Never. Anyway, yeah. In summation, the Snyder Cut's stupid.
Yes.
Don't watch it. Or I will watch it, and then I'll tell you, guess what? It's probably worse than the fucking version that I already watched, because it's double the length. Like, no matter how good the Snyder Cut is, it's still twice as long as Justice League. Right?
So either watch Justice League, take the chance and watch Justice League twice. It might just be double bad.
Well, that's one thing I was always like, and Davis is a bit of an apologist for Batman v Superman because he likes how cool the action scenes are in that movie, which fair.
I did see that was one thing I saw a long time ago where someone was justifying like their want for the Snyder Cut is that it was like a scene where they knew like they had the version that Zack Snyder shot and they had the version that Joss Whedon did. Well, it was the editing.
Yeah.
And the Snyder one, it was like real up close. It was like real shaky cam. It was like looked like a fucking bare knuckle brawl. But the fucking Whedon one was like pulled out shot of like them doing technical moves on each other. And it's like, I guess the Snyder Cut is more visceral and cool looking. But the Whedon shot is more just trying to set up what's going to happen, not what's happening.
And like the Whedon version of that movie, like again, my favorite stuff in that movie is the Whedon stuff, like super clearly. The part that I told you with all the Superman shit, where Superman carries the entire building.
Is that in Batman? No, that's
in Justice League.
But you're also saying it like, you know, when he does this, and I haven't seen the movie.
Okay. Oh, I was talking to you about the thing where it's like, at the end of the movie, they're trying to get all the people out of the Russian town or whatever, and like the Flash like pushes an entire tow truck with a family in it, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm a hero," and he looks up and Superman's lifting an entire apartment building through the sky, and I'm like, that's my favorite bit in the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, it's
clearly Whedon.
It's the Flash going, come on.
It's clearly a Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Like, it's exactly his kind of writing.
It's like the thing I hate the most in the world is that Superman is faster than the Flash. That's so stupid.
Yeah, no, like
this man's one thing is being
Superman's faster, but I like that bit because it's like he's flying, carrying an entire fucking building.
Or he like beat him in a race or something.
No, there's the races. They did a lot of races.
Yeah.
In the comics, and they start one at the end of Justice League, but they don't say what happens.
If I was the Flash, I would just say I'm faster than you, and then he'd be like, "You want to prove it?" Be like, "I have nothing to prove to you. I don't care who you are. You're not my boss."
Well, they did a bunch of races for charity. And like then there was this like in the 2000s when they were trying to make Superman cool again because remember in the 2000s when everyone thought they were like a critic and they were like, "Oh, Superman's too strong, he's not interesting, that's why Batman's more interesting," and it's like they both always win. They both are exactly as powerful.
The only time Batman loses is like that one comic and the movie where they were like, "Let's break his back and throw him somewhere else," but then he comes back stronger than ever somehow.
Well, that's because in the comics, he decided to let Azrael be the new Batman instead of Dick Grayson. And then Azrael was like, oh, I love being Batman. I'll do murders as Batman. And then Batman was like, well, I guess I gotta come back.
Yeah, I don't even know who Azrael is.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because clearly that character is not important.
They've done interesting... The way they did him in the Arkham games, I thought was interesting. Because in Arkham City, he's just like... Just at certain random parts of the story, if you like look in the background, he's standing there, and like then you scan things and you get one scene with him, and then in Arkham Knight you get the follow up to that storyline.
Okay,
it's a neat choice. Anyway, yeah. Also, one thing, this isn't a knock on movies being 4 hours. There are good movies that are long. Seven Samurai is one of the best movies ever, and it's 3.5 hours long. But Zack Snyder is not Akira Kurosawa. he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt the same way.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all the news I had. What do you got, Ian, for news?
Nothing.
Sick. So let's hop right into the weeks. You start.
Okay. I've done nothing but watch Avatar.
Hell yeah. Me too. Sort of.
I finished The Last Airbender at some point, and then I went and totally legally got Legend of Korra, like because I don't own it anymore, and it's not on any streaming services. So yeah, I went and watched all of that. The first season of Korra,
yeah,
it's not great.
I like the first season of Korra.
Like, it's all right. I don't have a violent reaction to it. I think the choreography sucks.
Oh, because they like MMA-ified it?
No, because I like that they clearly got the okay. Because the thing with Avatar is like we want to have like these kids fight, and Nickelodeon was like, whoa, 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 you can't have kids punching kids, and they're like, no, man, 1 second. They throw things at each other. They don't ever make physical contact, and then Nickelodeon was like, all right, okay. So then in Legend of Korra, they clearly got the go-ahead. It's like, now they're 16.
Yeah.
Let us throw these hands, catch this fade. And they were like, yeah, you can do it. So now there is like actual scenes of characters like punching the shit out of each other. Or like or when Mako bends a lot, he like uses his fire not to like keep people at a distance, but to close the gap.
Yeah.
And put them in situations where then he'll do like a quick like a jab combo. Or Bolin uses his
I like the pro bending scenes.
I think pro bending is cool. It really sucks that it died very quickly.
Yeah.
And then became like super back burner in season 2.
Yeah.
Like it's one joke
and
that
then just went away.
Yeah, Korra and Mako quit the team because Mako became to be a fucking cop.
Gross. No wonder they broke up.
Yeah, well, man, their relationship in season 2 also is so bad.
Yeah, well, like, what I think is interesting is, like, Korra is literally the opposite of Aang.
But Korra, but here in season 1, she gets everything handed to her.
Yeah.
She starts off as a 5-year-old child.
She comes out the pussy kicking ass.
She at the age of 5, she pops out of a fucking hole in the wall because she earthbended it open, throws fire, kicks up some fucking water, and then catches it with like earth, and it's like, Jesus Christ. And Aang was like, yeah, he was an airbending master.
Yeah. At
the time, he was the youngest airbending master ever.
Yeah.
It is now Tenzin's daughter Jinora is the youngest one.
Yeah. No, because she
got it at 11. Aang got
the she was 14.
No, her tattoos are at the end of season 2 where she is 11.
Oh no, and then she's 14 in season 4.
Yes. Because there's a big time skip.
There's 3 years, yeah, between 3 and 4.
3 to 4 years.
Because Korra goes from 17 to 21.
Yeah, Bolin goes from 16 to 20. Mako goes to 22. Asami also goes to 22. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
do you know that Asami is voiced by the woman who played Yue in the live-action film? I
did not.
Yeah.
Did you know that the original voice actress for Katara was
Mae Whitman?
Yeah, Anne from Arrested Development. I didn't know that because someone made a meme, and it was like when you look up the voice actress for Katara in The Last Airbender, and it was a picture of
Michael going, her?
Yeah, she's like, her? And I was like, what, really? So I looked it up.
Yeah, it's Mae Whitman. She's in everything.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, so Korra gets everything handed to her. She gets her bending taken away. I kind of wish Aang didn't just give it back to her. Like, I think it would have been cool if she went on like a journey of like relearning her bending.
Well, my vibe is like,
Because then season 2, season 2's up in the water in the Southern and Northern Water Tribe, right?
yeah.
So she goes there and she relearns some fucking water bending and also picks up spirit bending.
Well, the vibe is like, because she's opposite Aang. Aang is a person who is like spiritually there.
Yeah.
Like he's spiritually there. He's like, you know, he has to come to terms with being the Avatar, but like he is spiritually there. But he doesn't physically have the bending or the strength to do what needs to be done, and that's his journey.
Yeah, where Korra always had
Korra
the physicality, didn't like
starts
the
with
lessons.
strength, but has to learn spirituality.
Also maturity.
Yeah, and
Where
maturity.
Aang does also learn maturity, but he has a bit more.
Different kind of maturity.
Yeah, well, Aang has patience, Korra does not.
Yeah. I like both shows a lot. I like season 1 of Korra.
I think they each have their faults.
Yeah.
Like Avatar:
There are
The
more
Last
bad-
Airbender is a fantastic show,
Yeah.
but there is straight up bad episodes of Avatar.
The Great Divide is the worst episode of both shows.
Yeah,
Maybe. Actually, no.
The Great Divide is that's the one with the two.
With the 2 tribes going across the Grand
Yeah,
Canyon.
that one sucks. I think Secret Tunnel sucks.
I like that one.
Everyone just fucking yells that song, and I'm just like, God,
Secret
yeah, it's a bad episode. It's
I
boring.
I like it, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I just watched that yesterday.
Any,
I was like, this is good.
yeah.
I love his voice.
Yeah, it's a good voice. So
The best part of that fucking episode is, hey, don't look now, but I think that kid might be the Avatar.
yeah. I think like Korra going on some sort of journey to, after Amon fucked her over, to relearn how to bend, because maybe he blocked off it physically and maybe she needs to learn the spiritual aspect of it, because then she could get it back.
Well, that's how she learns airbending.
Yeah, well, no, she kind of starts learning the motions. She doesn't really know the stuff, but then she gets mad at Amon and then just throws a fist and she can airbend. Mm-hmm. It's kind of just,
yeah, I mean,
it just feels like it just comes out.
IMO, it's super clear that
They were trying to focus more on relationships, less about
Well, Korra was supposed to just be a 1-season show, and then it got approved for 3 more suddenly.
But then the second season,
That's why the second season sucks, is because they were like under a time.
but also the second season really almost feels like that was supposed to be the last season, because they give Korra like her big moment and then destroy everything else for like the follow up.
Yeah,
Like, it's because every Avatar has their big ass moment.
yeah.
Aang's was beating Fire Lord Ozai.
Well, I would say that like what Korra does at the end of season 2 is very similar to what Aang does at the end of season 1. In terms of it being practically identical.
Yeah.
They both become giant blue things and destroy.
Yeah. The dark we talked about this over Snapchat. I just don't like the idea of a dark avatar, because then because Rava, as I got to the episode where they did the backstory with Juan. Rava is straight up the spirit of goodness. It is the spirit of light. It is the good side of the Force.
Yeah.
So that means any avatar that is born must be a good person.
Well, they
I would like an avatar where they weren't raised properly. They were just kind of fucked up, and then they
must
became
be
a villain.
good person, but they are their own definition of what that is.
Yeah.
Kyoshi and Aang are 2 different types of good people.
Kyoshi was willing to murder.
Kyoshi murdered all day, every day.
Well, okay.
She never stopped
If
murdering.
if The Last Airbender was made with with less restrictions than what Korra has, that man where Kyoshi just pushed the Kyoshi Island, which was a peninsula.
Yeah.
If she didn't. In the old version, it would have been she summoned lava. Well, in the Legend of Korra version, would be she would lava bend it straight up, kill him, and then leave. But in Avatar, it's a comedic moment where she fucking starts pushing away. It looks epic, and he's just like, I won't move, and then he falls to his death.
Yeah.
Because he won't fucking leave.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyoshi's dope.
I think the best part...
They're doing books for her, eh?
Oh, that's cool. I think they should do more stories for all the other avatars. They should do a short story for the
Avatar who died and his girlfriend died. The 33-year-old one.
The
one
waterbending
before
one.
Koshi.
The waterbending one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where his girlfriend's face was stolen by Kon the Face Stealer.
And then
Did you read the books?
Which books?
It's the one where Zuko, The Search, or whatever.
I have Promise, Search, Rift.
I read all 3 on as well this week. I think the face matron or whatever the fuck, that is the coolest fucking design they have ever made. That is a giant tree woman with multiple faces, and she's like, I come here once a year, I grant you one favor. That is all. That's it. And then these fucking people make a demand of her. And she goes like, never mind. Fuck you all. Because that's what I like about the spirits in Avatar is they are very temperamental.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then when you go see like Juan, it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I like Korra. I think season 2 is trash, but I think
except everything else other than Korra in season 2 is fun.
Yeah.
Because Varric is there.
I love Varric. Yeah.
My
Varric's
favorite
great.
line in the fucking show ever is when Varric is hiding from Unalaq.
Yeah.
Is that her uncle's name? He's hiding from Unalaq's forces. He's inside of a platypus bear. And he says, Julie, give me my tea. And she like reaches up and she's like, here, sir. And Bolin's like, Julie's in there with you? And he's like, of course, she goes everywhere with me. And then he tastes the tea and goes, Julie, where's the honey? And she's like, there's no honey in here. And he's like, no honey, we're inside of a bear. Like, everything Varric does
Varric's great.
Is fucking hilarious.
He's great.
He is the best character in that show.
He has, the best lines. He's funny.
He goes from being a capitalist who is like, if you can't make money during a war, you can't make money at all, to going
That's the best fucking line.
Yeah, and then he turns around like next scene and he's like, yeah, that was my bad, guys. Jesus. Ooh.
The end, they had to replace they had to do their own Emerald Islands players with no budget for Korra right before the finale.
Yeah, I skipped that episode entirely. I'm not watching that.
But that episode has the best Varric because he tells Bolin's story.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, and also Bolin is the
But it's all
best.
bullshit. It's like him talking about stuff and it ends with like what is it? He talks about the season finale of season 2 where she turns giant.
Yeah.
But he's telling it as if Bolin's the hero.
And
so it shows a Photoshop Bolin head over the giant Korra.
Okay. That's funny.
It's great.
But watching that whole episode was not worth it to me.
Yeah. That's fair.
Well, especially since it's Mako talking to like Prince Wu,
that
and I'm
part
like,
sucks.
I don't
Mako
like that guy.
Shouldn't have been a character partway through that show. He's boring.
I think he's more. He's like.
He's the least interesting of the main characters. He's less interesting than Jinora.
It's like if you removed the goofiness and this, like, because Sokka gets serious and he has some intelligence.
Yeah.
Like he has a weird way of thinking about things, but he makes it work. Like he created fucking hot air balloons in that universe.
Yeah.
But then Sokka was also goofy. So if you fucking took the Yamato and stabbed Sokka in the chest, one side of him would come out and it's Mako,
Bolin,
and the other side is
Mako.
Yeah. One side's Mako, one side's Bolin. But the reason why you like Sokka is because he's serious and then he turns around and does goofy things. Where Bolin
he gets to be both.
Is like just pure goof, but pure fun as well.
He's goofy
and also cool.
He's caring.
Yeah, he goes from...
And Mako's like cool and like smart.
Yeah,
but like
hot.
He doesn't... And hot, but he like doesn't... I don't know. He's also dumb.
Yeah, socially dumb.
He's just kind of a dumb
I don't think
man.
Mako ever gets better dealing with people. He's always just kind of an asshole and like I want to do this. You can't do that.
Yeah, he's never a really interesting character.
But where Bolin goes from this fucking
Bolin has to learn
He's
stuff.
simping for Korra so hard and then she goes and fucks his hotter brother and he becomes like a bubbling mess. And then the next season he gets in a toxic relationship with Korra's cousin and
I love them though.
They're okay. I don't love them
I like
that much.
Aubrey Plaza.
And then I don't. Then he gets with Ginger at some point.
With, that girl, Toph's granddaughter.
No, but he's with Eska, who he realizes, ooh, this is not a healthy relationship, and tries to leave her a bunch, but he's too much of a coward. And then he kind of starts hitting on Ginger while he's making the Nuktuk movers.
Oh, Ginger.
But then Ginger like only likes him after he does like a real cool moment where he goes back into the bending arena while these dudes are supposed to be like trying to kidnap the president, and he just fucking does this powerful ass earth bending move. That's also the big difference as the seasons go on. Bending feels so weak in season 2. It starts to get better in season... in season 1, it's weak as shit.
Yeah.
Because obviously, chi blockers got to be able to beat them. But just like they never... Benders win so little fights in that. Like, Amon is a bender who decides not to use it to keep up this facade
until the very end,
and without using bending, demolishes the cast.
Yeah, but the cast has all like never like they're all ultimate benders or whatever, but they're all
MMA benders where
yeah,
like
they've only fought. If you got in a fucking street fight with a boxer, they might just not be ready for a real fight where you can fight dirty.
Nah, boxers would do better. It's like the MMA guys who only try and grapple would probably be fucked.
Yeah, like it's like, oh no, usually these have rules when I do this.
Yeah, it's why like when Kiryu in fucking Yakuza meets like those fucking dudes who are just like, I am an MMA fighter, you cannot fuck with me, and then he demolishes them because Kiryu knows the streets.
Yeah.
And we'll just like, hey, you're kind of winning right now. 1 second, and just picks up a bike and just whips it at them.
Well, the difference is, that Kiryu can press triangle and start glowing.
Yeah. And the other guys don't have that ability. Yeah, so bending just feels weak in season 1, gets slightly better in season 2, but also still it just doesn't. It's
season
very
3 and
lackluster.
4 are the fucking best.
Then in season 3 and 4, it's like everything they do is like a great show of power.
Well, and not just bending, but like the villains in season 3 and 4 are all
they are just the
fucking
most
great.
They are the most powerful versions of the main cast.
Zahir and his fucking squad are so good.
The only
Sparky Boom woman.
Yeah, the only reason she is only defeated because she got double teamed and then blows her own head up,
which is fucked up.
Yeah. Well, then he also sucked the air out of a woman's lungs and
that
fucking
was also crazy.
Suffocated her, and then he tries to do the same thing to Korra.
Yeah, that was also crazy. The fucking like the airbender, the nihilistic airbender guy thing, and coming back to like he just learns how to fly. That works with what we already know about airbending.
But then also there's like real cute shit with like Kai and Jinora where Jinora like fucks off and leaves at one point because she's like stressed out because she just got in an argument with her dad because she's like, I'm a fucking airbending master. I'm already better than you. Let me have my tattoos. And he's like, no, you're too young.
I won't let you grow up.
Yeah, and then she runs off one day in the middle of a lesson, and one of the airbenders is like, Tenzin's like, hey, have you seen Jinora anywhere? She's like, I don't know, I think she ran off with her boyfriend. He's like, boyfriend?
My favorite thing people did is when Tenzin is like trying to train Korra or Jinora, the scenes where he's like trying to be like stern. So I saw somebody cut that and take his rant from Whiplash, where it's like him saying, "You're a fucking failure. You're a fuck piece," and I'm like, "That's so fucking."
I think the best like
J.K.
dubbing.
Simmons is great.
Yes, he is fantastic. The best dub like joke meme of Korra is absolutely the one where it's Mako and Korra getting in an argument outside of the bro bending arena, and someone took that scene from Clerks where Dante is yelling at his girlfriend because she sucked 37 dicks. Because it matches up so well with the lip flaps, and then he pops in,
and then he said, then Bolin walks in and is like, "My girlfriend sucked 37 in a row."
Yeah. Oh, Kevin Smith, you used to be so good.
Yeah.
When you were proper indie and not just a man with a lot of money behind your name, still trying to make indie films.
Yeah.
Kavira is weaker than the season 3 villains, though.
Yeah, but she's still great, and it's Zelda Williams.
Yeah, but her whole thing. She's like Ozai with less power.
Yeah, but I think she's a bit more interesting in terms of like a person with a heart and soul.
Yeah. Yeah, because Ozai is just literally this.
Ozai is
he's this
fucking Darth Sidious. He's the Emperor Palpatine.
He's this fucking villain to be feared. Yeah, he's played by Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
he's this villain to be feared. You don't get to know much about him. All you know is that he brutally attacked his child because
he disrespected it.
But if you go read The Promise, or no, The Search or whatever,
The Search,
you find out that he thought that Zuko was not. No. They try and play it like that. Where he did
Zuko
that,
might not be his kid.
Yeah, but where then he goes and yells at her. He's like, I know he's my fucking kid, you idiot. I know how time works. And she's like, yeah, I just wanted to hurt you. And then he goes and burns his face and tries to murder the kid.
Yeah, well, he's like, fuck. Ozai's like, he's just an evil fuck, which is realistic. There are people who are just evil fucks.
Well, like he's the he is the Azula, where Iroh was the Zuko of that. Where even like the firstborn is the more caring, the less evil one. The secondborn is the one hungry for power and just wants to take everything over and has parental issues.
Yeah, like
fucking
well, like
Ozai killed his dad. Like,
yeah, well, like yeah, Ozai's just evil. Like you can't fix that.
Yeah.
But like what I think is interesting about Kuvira is like she starts as a good person, human person, and she does evil things because she's decided that they're important.
she thinks it's not fair that the Avatar and Prince Zuko forcibly took land, which was Yudao.
Yeah.
Took that from the Earth Kingdom 100
Or
years
like
ago.
didn't return it or whatever.
Yeah, or no, 70 years ago. And it was just like, that's fucked up. That's Earth Kingdom.
It was taken like 170 years ago. It was the first
Yeah,
place,
it was the first colony, and then it
Yeah.
became a city, but filled with Fire Nation and Earth citizens.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yo, that sucks. We want it back. And then pretty much season 4 happens as well in a book, just with a peaceful
Well, yeah, it's like the season 4 is the what's the equivalent? It's like the fucking season 4 is Russia coming back for Ukraine. It's like, hold on. No, you know what? We changed our mind.
You know what? We should have that. That's ours.
We had this before.
Yeah. It's my right. It's my manifest destiny.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like I fucking Avatar's great. Like even the worst parts of Korra are supplemented by like, in my opinion, here's what I always tell people about Korra.
When Korra sucks
when
in season 2,
sucks, it sucks way worse than any episode of the original. But when Korra is at its best, it can be better than any episode of the original.
Yeah. Except for the actual like fantastic, amazing ones.
Yeah, but I'm saying the very best episode of Korra is better, in my opinion, than the best episode of Last Airbender. But Last Airbender is more consistently great. Like the Korra becoming like crippled and having to deal with that emotional stuff.
Yeah,
like that. A lot of Korra just fucking hits.
Yeah,
and when
Korra
it hits,
also
it hits
does
hard.
like stupid, immature things, just leaving.
Yeah,
like she should have fucking healed. She should have waited. She should have gone back to be with her friends. But instead, what she did was 6 months after she was supposed to be healed, she was supposed to go back to Republic City. But instead, she lied to her father and said, "I'm going to take a solo journey there to find myself." And then she never made it there.
Well, because she was just like so ashamed, and you're like,
cause
you shouldn't be, but like that's how humans work.
The Air Nation goes and they go and do their own shit. Like they're trying to fill the void of the Avatar while she was healing, as a way of being like, don't worry about the world, we have this. And then they do their best, but they're obviously not doing as good as Korra would have done, and that shows.
Yeah, but then she also, like, on the other hand, feels like, oh, she sees it as they're handling it without me.
They don't need me.
They don't need me anymore.
Yeah.
And, like, I have no home anymore. And also, like, all these people whom I respected have seen me at my lowest point, and, like, I'm too ashamed to, like, come back to them.
Yeah, she only writes letters back to her girlfriend.
Hell yeah. By the way, dope way to do that. I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
It works.
There's
it's good.
If you're a real dickhead about it and be like, it's not hinted. It's fucking hinted at in season 3, dicks.
Yeah, season 1 and 2, it's like you can pick up on it.
They're rivals.
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2, they are not together. Well, season 1 they're together because that's Team Avatar.
Yeah.
But there's like that tension where it's like both of us would fuck Mako in a second.
Yeah.
But we won't because we're just trying to be civil with each other. And then season 2,
But you can
Korra
still
and
like
Mako
pick up when
break
they're
up.
rivals. You can still be like, oh,
Yeah, well, it's still about Mako.
Yeah.
And then they both like kind of are done with him at the end of season 2, and then season 3 they're just not together. But no, Mako is separate from them, but now Korra and Asami are hanging out.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they're getting close.
They're getting close. Anyway, good show.
Yeah, good
show. If you haven't seen any of Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, we've spoiled all of it for you, but you should still watch it
there's some things we haven't spoiled.
Well, it's also one of those shows that's not twist based.
Yeah, it's
really
straight up.
It's not twist based.
Yeah.
I could tell you every single thing that happens, but experiencing it and seeing how the characters grow and change is the show.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the worst thing ever though is in season 1 of Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Where they show old Sokka.
And it's Chris Hardwick?
It's Chris Hardwick. This was before Chris Hardwick came out as an asshole. Actually, I haven't even...
Before Chris Hardwick came out of the closet and revealed that he was an asshole.
I also have no idea what the fuck is up with that man anymore. I know he's still holding on to jobs, and I never followed the follow-up after he was canceled. But his voice coming out of Sokka sucks. There is a way that Chris Hardwick speaks that I just fucking hate. I think he plays Vaughn, no, or is that the main character? In Tales from the Borderlands.
Vaughn and Tales from the Borderlands.
In Borderlands 3, whenever, I don't know how any of these fucking people made it through Tales, because I hear him speak out of Vaughn's face in Borderlands 3, and I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. Can I mute everyone but... Can I mute only Vaughn?
Well, I was like, I used to like Chris Hardwick stuff. Like, I liked At Midnight and stuff like that.
At Midnight, I would still probably go back and rewatch old episodes of At Midnight. That was a really funny show.
Yeah, like, seeing him as Vaughn, I was like, oh, cool, yeah, he does this other stuff that I like. Like,
yeah,
sure,
Chris
good for
Hardwick
him
was like an older comedian that started popping off.
Yeah,
and then it just turns out that he was
an
the stereotypical nerd who he got power and then started to abuse it.
The second I noticed, because I used to listen to the Nerdist podcast sometimes, and I remember when he was dating Chloe Dykstra, I remember him bragging to the other guys, like, there's like a joke where he's like, well, you guys can whatever, and I'm dating a 22-year-old model, and I was like, oh, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing an asshole would say.
Sure he thought he was being ironic about it. Like, yeah, this is a thing someone who's being an asshole would say. And then it's like, I don't know who Matt Myra was dating, but Jonah is married to a woman that's around his age.
To be fair, this was like 2012.
He's been with his wife for a while.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
She is an appropriate woman for a man to be with. A late 30s to 40-year-old man to be with.
Yeah.
But like then Chris Hardwick is like, yeah, I fuck chicks younger than me. I go to press events and say, hey, I'm Chris Hardwick. I have a TV show on G4. Would you want to be on it? Come back to my bedroom, watch me jerk off in the corner.
Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, he's an asshole.
And then he got married to the daughter of a crazy woman.
Really? Wait, what?
Chris Hardwick's wife is Lydia Hearst.
Yeah.
Her mom was abducted by a Western terrorist group, and she got Stockholm Syndrome super hard, and she was involved in the murder of someone.
Holy shit.
Fuck. Patty Hearst.
Patty Hearst. Fuck.
Yeah. Is an American author and actress and granddaughter. She became internationally known for events following her 1974 kidnapping by the left-wing terrorist Symbionese Liberation Army. And then she joined them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she related to William Randolph Hearst?
Probably. The Hearst family is huge.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's her dad.
Oh, sick.
Well, you said William Randolph?
Something like that.
Well, there's Randolph Aperson Hearst, and usually when you're rich, you use you keep sticking with those names.
You fuck around with a few names. You mix them around.
He is the last surviving son of William Randolph Hearst.
I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but William Randolph Hearst is the inspiration for Citizen Kane. But I could be wrong, and that's like that's supposed to be like Howard Hughes or something, maybe.
So Lydia Hearst, Patty Hearst.
Yeah.
She testified when she was kidnapped by the Liberation Army. She was raped and threatened with death while held captive, but then she was convicted for the crime of bank robbery, and she was sentenced to 35 years in prison.
Yikes.
Later reduced to 7 years.
Okay.
Because that's what you do when you're the richest family in America before Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know what this word means. Her sentence was commuted by President Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, so Jimmy Carter was like, you don't have to be in jail anymore.
So, house arrest.
No, he was like, you're free to go.
Well, then she was pardoned by Bill Clinton.
Oh,
so I think that removes it.
Yeah, no, he said, you're not in jail anymore. And then Bill Clinton went,
it's not on your background
wiped
anymore.
from your record.
Yeah.
So let's change the subject to something else.
Yeah.
Ballad of Buster Scruggs I watched this week.
I don't know what that is.
It's a movie on Netflix. It's a Coen Brothers film. It tells 6 stories that are like Wild West stories. It's very interesting. I like Coen Brothers. I haven't seen like a ton of their stuff, but I've seen some of their stuff. But it's neat. It's like all like Western tales, but it's like little ones.
I just gotta walk for a second. I have this pain in my fucking side.
Ooh. Okay. So basically, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Why am I getting a phone call? That's not cool. Random number. Don't bullshit me.
Who is it? Is it actually a random number?
It was just a random number.
Yeah. I'm standing now.
Yeah.
My body's just been so fucked up in quarantine. Because one, I was working out at home a lot.
Yeah.
And then they're not my weights. They're my mom's boyfriends. Mm-hmm. So, he was fine with me using them. But his fucking kid came by.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, Dad, can I take some of these? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then he was like, can I take all of it? And he's like, no. Because I think he was being nice to me because he knew I was using them. Here's the thing. He took the fucking dumbbells. That's what I would want. I use the most.
Yeah.
So now I just have the bar. And I'm like, I don't want to do fucking dead. And also, they were the ones that have the, like, you put your own weights on them and shit.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, like the dumbbells and the thing. So I would like, I don't have a full fucking plate because that's like $200 just for one plate.
Yeah.
So I would take like 25 and 2 10s. And it's like, yeah, that's a full plate pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, it's 45. That's how math works.
Yeah.
So I'd do that. I'd use that for like all my workouts and shit. But now I only have 35 pounds and I'm just like, I don't want to readjust all my workouts. I can't do fucking a lot of my leg stuff anymore because they required like dumbbells, like, lunges and shit.
Yeah.
So now I'm just sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it.
Well, you could just do body weight ones, but more.
Yeah, I think I might just start playing Ring Fit Adventure for the Switch again. Because I don't really like doing like squats and push-ups and shit.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't. Push-ups I feel, sit-ups I can just do like 100 of them and not feel anything.
Oh.
So.
Oh, then do you know what you should do for sit-ups if you're not feeling them? You should do those like one-leg ones.
One-leg ones?
Yeah.
What, do I like put one leg up and then keep the other one like extended?
Yeah, so like you lie on the ground and then you do one leg up in the air and you touch your elbow to the leg and then you keep switching. Okay.
But also that's just purely like an ab. Like isn't
that's
it's an ab workout, isn't it?
Sit-ups are abs, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to do more and it's going to do your obliques as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of want the gym to be open. Except I'm patient. Yeah. I'm not going to go out there and start working out on the sidewalk as a protest of you fucking opening it up again.
I'm cheesed because I was about to cancel my gym membership right before quarantine, and then they closed, and I can't get a hold of them to cancel.
Well, they're not charging you, are they? Because if they are, I'd call your bank and just put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Well,
I should.
Yeah. Because I don't think I'm being charged by mine. I haven't seen the charge come up, which is good. It's not a lot of money. So I wouldn't cancel during quarantine anyways. It's only like $10. But it would be a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
For me to still be getting that $10 to $15 charge every week.
Yeah, I had a more expensive one, which was the boxing gym.
Yeah.
And that one's a monthly one, but it's expensive. And I don't know. They might.
They
might have stopped, but it was like a month ago that I was checking, and I was like, oh, I haven't gone in like a couple months, and like it's a lot of money, so I should cancel it.
I was like looking at like new gyms because fucking Crunch is kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, and it's always busy, but then like there's a different vibe there. Like last time I got in like my big fucking gym kick, I went there and just like everyone who worked there like looked like they came in 2 hours before their shift started to work out and then stayed an hour after to work out some more. Like, do you ever meet no, I'm not gonna say his name. It was the one Latino guy in Canada. But yeah, he was a guy we hung out with. A lot of our friends hate him actually.
Yeah.
And he used to work there, so I'd be like, hey, what's up, man? And he'd be like, yeah, that's it. What's up, Ian? You get a haircut? I'm like, no. And then I took my hat off and my hair was like down to here on my back. And he was like, oh shit. Because like I just had it like perfectly over my ears. So it looked like I had short hair.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, but now everyone works there. They look like they're fucking like 40-year-old like people.
Yeah.
They just don't look. They're there to clean. They just look like fucking janitors. It looks like if they walked past them, like, because you go to a gym, you kind of expect like if someone was to walk past you by yourself, maybe it's dead, and you're like, hey, can you just like spot me real quick? Mm-hmm. You trust that man with your life because they could probably one hand whatever you're fucking doing.
Yeah, you pick the jackedest guy,
provided you're not the fucking dude who has like their traps above their fucking ears, like they're that huge. So it's just the vibe in there changed. So I'm like, whatever, maybe I'll go look at Good Life. Because everyone goes to Good Life. And there's one close to my house that that is 24 hours as well. And a better 24 hours because they actually do weekends.
Nice.
So I fucking look. It was $25.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, for a month, that's not bad. $25 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean that's similar
I'm not doing
to
that.
some other ones that I've been to.
Just do things monthly.
There was the other one I went to was 10 every 2 weeks.
If you want, if you want me to pay every 2 weeks, have it be. Don't make me do a fucking contract. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Make it be like a recurring payment that I can set up and I can cancel anytime, and I don't have to go in and I don't have to do like a $200 fee, like a signing fee.
Yeah.
And also, here's just my stance on like things. Pay me weekly.
Yeah.
Charge me monthly. Like, it drives me insane when I find out people still get paid bi-weekly. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's a product of like old times.
It was, yeah. Well, I was saying like before they started paying people the way they do, you used to get paid daily.
Because like you would just but that was probably like when jobs were less like you're gonna come in every day.
No, yeah, it was like, you're gonna work on this thing.
We
only
show
need
up
you for 2 days. You show up, you get paid. You don't.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't even get to come in because there's not enough work.
Yeah,
because telephones didn't exist. They couldn't call you and tell you not to come in.
Then they started doing stuff bi-weekly.
Yeah, and then bi-weekly was because they had to go through their whole accounting department. They had to send you they had to physically hand you a check.
Yeah, they have to print checks.
Yeah,
they still have to go through an accounting department with direct deposit.
But now, currently there is like 80 people who work in my building.
Yeah,
but there's no accounting in my department, in my place. There's a person who minorly does it, but mostly it's done by a big program. Mm-hmm. And then that program is handled by someone who lives in fucking Quebec, in Kingsley Falls.
Yeah,
like it's just pay me my fucking. It's a deposit that if your program does it right, once a week. That's all.
Yeah. They could definitely accelerate it up, but there's no expectation to, so they won't.
I think when fucking whatever job I get next, if they're like, we pay you bi-weekly, I'm just gonna be like, why?
Because everybody else does it.
No, they don't. I have had 4 jobs in my life.
Yeah.
2 out of 4 weekly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Everywhere I worked has been every 2 weeks. Even the places that I applied to and got interviews.
Wait 1 second. I got that math wrong. 2 out of 3 weekly.
Yeah.
1 I was daily because I was just helping out a contract carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was daily because he would just be like, how many hours? When did I pick you up this morning? I'd be like, 8. And he'd be like, all right, it's 4. Okay, here's your 8 hours of pay.
Yeah. Everywhere I've worked was like, yeah, every 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's dumb.
Man.
One of those places was a bank. Why the fuck aren't they current?
Because they can. They just fucking can do it every 2 weeks, and so they do. They could do it every day if they wanted to, but they won't.
I don't want every day. Give me it once a week.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was, I mean, I'm gonna get back to the movie first for a minute, but first, did I ever tell you about the worst fucking job interview that I did?
No. What was it?
It was for a bookstore.
Is it a local big chain?
It is a local big chain.
Okay. Well, you can probably just say...
All right.
Because it exists outside of Ontario.
Canadian bookstore Indigo.
Oh. It wasn't Chapters at the time?
Well, they own Chapters.
Yeah, but all Chapters became Indigos, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah. I think the one near...
I mean, there were Chapters...
Homeboy's house.
There were Chapters and Indigos and Coles's.
Coles is a different one that just died, though.
They're all owned by Indigo.
Oh, okay. Is Indigo the one where their CEO got murdered or something?
I'm not sure. But what I can say is that I did a job interview at an Indigo Books, and they had me show up before opening to do the job interview.
So what was that, like
6 a.m.?
6 a.m.? Wow, they open up at 7?
They open at like 8 or something.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like
open a bookstore.
It was like
9.
6:37. Like it was like early in the morning for a job interview, and it wasn't an actual interview. It was a fucking job audition, and I was there with like 7 other people. And they were like, okay, now you're going to have to put the books on the shelf in order. They were like, how many can you get in that wire time? And we all sat around the table together. And you know what? It sucked. They never fucking called me back.
Yeah. Oh, you had like, oh, man.
Like it was supposed to be like I went. It was fucking September, and then it was right before I got my job at the bank.
Yeah.
Which I started there in November of the same year. So I applied for Indigo. I did that job interview thing, and before they contacted me, by the time they contacted me, I'd waited roughly 3 weeks. I applied for the bank, and I had somebody who like worked there, so they got me the interview. So
Was
I
it
got
Emma?
Huh? No, I got Emma the interview.
Okay. I don't know. Time. It's been a long time.
My aunt works at the bank.
Yeah.
So, she said, hey.
Yeah, that's how Blake got a job there as well for a bit.
Me.
Yeah.
Also me.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, so I did the interview. I got called back. I got the job. I did the training. I was in the branch.
Because
and I was in
it's
the
a
branch,
real fucking place to
and
work.
I was in the branch for a week, and I got an email from Indigo saying, "Oh, sorry, your application was denied."
Oh, good.
Like
I thought it was gonna be like they fucking got back to you. And they're like, "We really liked you and would like you to come work."
It took like 2 fucking months.
Yeah,
it took from September to November for them to tell me I didn't get the job. I'm like, and it was this fucking thing, this audition style. It was bullshit. It sucked ass. And the people that worked there sucked. And I still go to that store all the fucking time.
When I still worked at Walmart one time, they were doing this like, they were open like an IKEA warehouse nearby.
Yeah.
And so they were like, they needed warehousing people. I'm like, okay, fuck it. It's more than Walmart, and I'm not going to school anytime soon. So I fucking went. And they had like one of those giant group interviews where you had to like participate at a fucking table with people.
Yeah, same shit.
And like then they were like, yo, fill out this questionnaire. And it was like, who's someone you admire a lot in your life? And I was like, oh, no one. The whole
sorry,
thing
I'm
sucked.
19 and everyone I know sucks.
Oh yeah, no, I'm 19 and I don't love my parents. I'm 19 and I'm really depressed all the time. So anything cool someone has ever done to me, I'm looking through with monochrome glasses. And yeah, that interview sucked. They didn't even get back to me at that shit at all.
Just not
even. They
didn't even tell you didn't get the job.
No, didn't even fucking bother. I was like, this sucks. I'm not. I even had like a fucking phone interview with them as well. They were like, yeah. I thought, why the fuck have a phone interview with someone if you're gonna make them go to a job fair interview shit?
Yeah.
Like, just fucking call me and say go here. Don't even talk to me on the phone.
When I was within the fucking bank, even, and I was applying to other things, they're like, oh, they always go for internal first, and I'm like, cool. I did so many interviews within the bank when I was working there to get promoted, and everybody who works at banks is the worst person on the planet.
Yeah, fuck you, Emma.
Yeah. Especially Emma.
Yeah. I should, once I lose my job, I should go fucking, and Corona's over, I should go to Emma and say like, hey, can you just like hand my resume to your boss? And then if I did get hired there, probably wouldn't. I'm very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Is I'd fucking come in every day and be like, oh, hello, Miss. Oh, God, and fucking bleep that.
Bleep it. Bleep it.
Oh, no. Hello,
bleep
it. Okay. It's been a while since I've done that.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I'd act like I was afraid of her the whole time.
That'd be funny.
And everyone would be like, why are you being like that to Emma? She's like the nicest person here. I'd be like, bro, she ran me over with her car on my first day. She doesn't have a car. Her mom's car. It's a
bleep it.
Oh, come on. I could have also just been lying about that one. No, she actually drove her dad's car that day, which is
yeah.
Anyway. Make it even. I drive a Are you gonna bleep all this?
I'm gonna bleep just the car names.
Here is my license
Social
plate.
security number.
I don't remember that off by heart.
I don't either.
Who the fuck would? That's
nobody does.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even remember I used to remember my MasterCard.
Oh, just the full number?
Yeah, full number, everything. Now I only remember the 3 on the back.
Yeah, I still don't. I still just every time I buy things online where it's not saved, I run. Usually I'm on a different floor of my home than my wallet is. So I'm like in my room on my laptop and it's like, oh shit, what's my thing? And then I run down to the main floor to the kitchen to get my fucking
unfortunately,
wallet.
every single time I'm like, God, I need to enter my thing again, I go looking for my wallet and I realize I left it in my car again. And then I'll be like, I gotta buy something today. I'll take my wallet inside with me, and then I won't. I'll just forget. But also, I can just go on my bank website and they just tell me my number.
I forgot something in my car once while we were on this quarantine. And quarantine has done a lot of things for my confidence and the level of shame I have, because I was like, it was the morning, I was like in my underwear and a shirt, and I just walked out to my car fully in my underwear.
Well, you're like, no one else is going out right now.
No, there were people outside. I was just like, cool.
There's on my way here, there was like tons of people outside.
Well, yeah, everybody's walking around because it's nice out, as long as they're staying far enough
Yeah,
apart,
also,
it's
if you, well, even if you just fucking live together, just walk close to each other.
but yeah, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, the movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's like, again, it's 6 stories in the Wild West that are all like kind of ironic. It opens with The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which tells the story of this like very like old-timey Western, like happy-go-lucky cowboy guy. And it's Tim Blake Nelson, who's great. And he's like, he's riding his horse and he's singing his song. And like, he's funny. It's just really funny. It's like he strolls into this, and he's like talking to the camera, like explaining things. Walks into a bar filled with like scary looking cowboy types, like cowboy movie saloon types. And he walks in trying to get some alcohol, and it's like, this is a dry county. And he's like, well, what are they having? I'll have some of that. And it's like, they're having whiskey. I was like, oh. And it's like, there's this whole thing. And he talks shit to one of the guys, and the guy stands up, and then Buster Scruggs, who's like the super like sweet, happy guy,
Yeah.
just fucking mows down the entire fucking bar full of people when it looks like fights happening. He's like, pew, 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 fastest shot in the West, and he's singing his song, and he's like just like going on his merry way. But it's like the violence is so violent.
Jesus.
And then like he plays poker against Clancy Brown, and he kills, and it's like there's no guns allowed in the thing, but Clancy Brown takes out a gun, and so then the table's like planks,
yeah.
And so then he puts so Clancy Brown has the gun pointed like out front of him to him, and then Buster Scruggs is just hits the table so that it hits his arm, like the plank goes up, hits his arm, and he shoots himself in the face, and he does it like 5 times. It's like
so dumb,
and the face is like awful, and it's so funny. And then he's singing the songs, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna do this. He gets in a duel and he shoots all 5 of the guy's fingers off. And it's like, and then like he sings his song when he finally meets his bullet, and that's the whole little Buster Scruggs story. And then there's the other one, which is about like James Franco is a cowboy, like a robber who gets hanged twice, and there was a meme about it where it's like, oh, is it your first time? Yeah. That's a good bit. And then there's the story of Tom Waits, who is like digging for gold, who someone tries to betray him.
So Tom Waits finally his purpose on this earth has been realized, was to be in a movie about being an old-timey prospector.
Yeah. And anyway, a guy shoots him, but like doesn't kill him, and then he, gets his revenge on him and goes away a richer man. There's the story of
all about how my life got twist turned upside down.
There's a story of Liam Neeson, and he has a friend, and they're doing a traveling show, and the friend has no arms and no legs, but he reads speeches, and he's like a good orator, and the show starts making less and less money, and then Liam Neeson finds a new act and betrays the no arm no legs man.
Oh man.
And then the last story is about
the no arm no legs man got his arms and legs back and goes and kills Liam Neeson.
Nope. They're all little vignettes. They're not really related. And the last one is about a woman traveling along the Oregon Trail who,
she dies of dysentery.
No, her brother does, and it looks like then like everything that was set up for them when they get there is not there. And she meets this cowboy guy who looks kind of like Troy Baker,
Ooh.
and they fall in love, and he's gonna marry her and
Should
take
just
care
have
of her.
Troy Baker in there.
Yes. Well, Troy Baker started voice acting in video games because he was acting in a really terrible movie, but they were like a few miles away from the set for the Coen brothers' other really famous movie, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
And Troy Baker was playing Uncharted in his room, and he met like people who were working on No Country for Old Men while he was working on this shit movie.
Yeah.
And like he was like, well, they're doing good in video games, and I'm not doing good out here, so.
But, good for him.
Yeah, but then the last story is about a woman on the trail meets this guy, and then like she goes out, and there's this moment where like it looks like they're in danger, and a guy goes, "Hey," they're attacked by like native people, and like this guy goes, "Hey, like if it looks like it's bad, if it looks like I'm dying in this fight, this gun has one bullet in it. Put yourself out of your misery before they catch you."
Dark.
Huh? Yeah, dark. And then then there's this fight, and it starts going the other way for the guy fighting, but he winds up winning. But before he does, when it was looking bad for him, she shot herself.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a good movie. Is every one of those stories perfect? No. I really liked the funnier ones better than the more dramatic ones. But that's just me. It's definitely not the Coen's best movie, but it is neat. I'm glad it exists. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Troy Baker wasn't only a voice actor because of video games. He got into video game voice acting because of Uncharted.
Yeah.
But he was voice acting in anime.
Yeah, he'd done some before, but that's when he really kind of gave up on live action acting.
Yeah. Yeah, like he was in the shittier version of Baki. He was in Full Metal Alchemist. He's in Naruto.
He came back for the good version of Baki.
Did he?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't like Baki.
Okay,
that's all.
I've heard it's very JoJo-esque.
It's like it's just dumb because you know how like JoJo they like lose before they didn't like lose limbs and shit.
Yeah,
like the fights were just always like, oh, you get cut a bunch, but you're gonna heal. But then now, and like JoJo now, it's like every fucking fight, someone loses an arm or like a leg or like their entire hand.
Yeah, like part 5.
Yeah, part 5 where Giorno loses his hands constantly.
Yeah, Giorno loses more limbs than he starts with.
Yeah. So he fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Baki, it's like literally, dude shows up, gets his hand cut off, and then goes, "Huh? You know, I always hated my hands because my fucking pussy little fingers stopped me from punching at my full strength." Then he punches a man with his fucking arm stub.
That's awesome.
It's
you
like
have
it's
not described it in a way where you're telling me why you don't like it.
It's like awesome to look at, and everything's like just cool, bloody, gory violence.
Yeah,
but it's just like stupid.
Okay.
It's not JoJo entertaining where like everyone is just flamboyant and like makes big claims and then they just are super gay. It's like hyper straight men as like see a woman and go ooh and then start fighting.
So it's like a bit Two Fists and the North Star.
Yeah, it's a very classic show.
By the way, speaking of Fist of the North Star, do you want to borrow Fist of the North Yakuza from me?
Not really.
No.
No, I heard it's not that great. Also, I don't
like it.
I think
other people like that game. I'm the only one who's told you I don't like that game.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna fucking finish Nier Auto Tomato.
Ooh, nice. What was I saying? So what else did you do this week? Other than Avatar,
I've been playing Terraria again.
Terraria?
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
It's 2D Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2D Minecraft, except they go a lot farther and make the game more fun and have more objectives.
Yeah, there's like more bosses and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's 30.
There's 30. In Minecraft, there's like 4 or 5, I think.
1.
No, there's more. No, there's more.
Okay, but
they're all like kind of secret-ish.
There's one where it's like this is straight up how you beat the game in Minecraft.
Yeah.
The other ones are just like this. But what do you get from beating them?
I think they drop things. I'm not somebody who played Minecraft ever.
I think they drop cosmetic things for your home. Like you would like,
Yeah.
I think when you kill the Ender Dragon, it drops an egg that you can take, and then you can go place it in your home and be like, I killed the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, but there's like the one where you put the 3 like skull things. The wither, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like the underwater one.
They don't drop any unique items.
They don't?
They don't, like, they might drop, like, you a diamond sword, but if you're fighting this thing, you have a diamond sword. Once, like, Minecraft has a very simple...
So Minecraft, it's like a bunch of secret bosses that are there if you want to fight them, whereas Terraria, fighting a boss is like a landmark in the thing.
There is literally a hard mode in the game, where when you beat this boss called the Wall of Flesh, which is in, like, a fucking actual super hard fight. Not right now. I don't know. We're all just experienced Terraria players because we played the game on expert. Now we're just playing it on the normal mode.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this game's fucking easy. It's like we made a mistake before. I think the game's more fun.
I have Terraria. I think I got it in a Humble Bundle at some point.
I messaged Chris and I said, yo, you should play Terraria with me sometime. And he was like, sure. So maybe we should get something going for that.
Yeah.
But like, so you fucking, in Minecraft, what do you fucking start with nothing. You punch a tree, you get some wood.
Yeah.
You take the wood,
yeah,
you make a wooden pickaxe, nothing else. You go get stone, now you have stone. You make a stone sword, stone axe. No, not even a fucking axe, stone pickaxe. And then you go exploring and you go search, or you dig straight down and you find a cave.
Yeah.
And then you get iron. There you have an iron, super easy to get. Then after iron, diamond, you're at top tier. The journey to the best possible thing you can get is so quick in Minecraft.
Yeah.
You can literally do it in 20 minutes. Where Terraria, you can also probably do it. There's like a speed run for the game to get to Wall of Flesh that's like 15 minutes long, which is crazy because it takes like 15 minutes just to drill to hell, because you actually have to go to the bottom. You have to go to hell to fight this boss.
Yeah,
But
I think I've seen it. I've seen Terraria
You
played.
start with your fucking items. You start with the sword, an axe, and a pickaxe, all copper. You
start with stuff.
Yeah, you immediately chop down some trees, you make a house, your guide goes into the house, then you go caving. But there's
just a bit more. So whereas Minecraft has a third dimension on Terraria, which allows for whatever things that it allows.
More creative stuff.
More creativity.
Minecraft is more creativity. You can get creative with Terraria. Like my friends since we're on the easier difficulty, we don't have to grind and find like the best possible gear a lot of the times.
Yeah.
They're like making houses. Like we made this small little shitty shack to like throw our people in, but then Gavin's over here on the fucking right making like this giant obsidian tower. Jack made this nice little house. Nathan made a fucking castle.
Oh, there's another Nathan?
Yes.
We
call him Better Nathan.
How fucking dare you?
Nah, that's a joke. It's just Nathan in my Discord because he's the constant one.
Yeah.
There's a fucking guy named Ian in my Discord though, and he's one of our.
He's the better Ian.
No,
right?
he's one of like our original members' brothers.
Oh yeah.
So they keep saying, "Oh, Better Ian." I'm like, no, stop it. He's American Ian. Stop.
See, like, I'd be okay with him being Better Nathan if I'd ever talked to him. But
he lived in Japan for like 6 months.
See, but me not talking to him, if you call him Better Nathan, I would be actually mad. It just feels like I'm
talking shit on
him.
Like, okay, so, but Terraria, you start with this shit. You can immediately go down, and you can mine things. You can make better axes.
By the way, Ian, what you do and say about me will be reflected in your employee review.
Whatever, you don't pay me. So you fucking...
I think I could technically be a reference on your fucking...
Technically, I'm not... But if I was going to like try and like fucking become like an assistant on like some small shit, I'd be like, this is this thing. Don't look them up on YouTube.
Do it. I don't think I'm embarrassed of any episode of this show.
Oh,
I cut all the bad stuff out that you say.
Not all of it.
I cut most of it.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge racist.
Most of these episodes are 3 hours because Ian always goes on like a weird tyrant.
About why the Jews faked the moon landing. Don't cut that one out. That was a common joke.
I know.
They didn't. They're too smart. If we knew they're too smart, if they faked the moon landing, we would have said, "God damn, I can't believe the moon landing is that real." So there's just like there's more of a reward. There's more things to search for, and then also there's magic, like where you can fucking get like a staff and shoot bolts of lightning at people.
I think I will play this game with you and Chris because I have it.
Yeah, and also it's just easy.
Yeah.
And
I'll see how I feel about it. Is it okay with the controller, or do I have to?
I've never played it with a controller, but I imagine it's fine.
Okay.
It might be kind of difficult because it is a small game. But like,
yeah, it's a side scroller. You'd think that'd be easy to control it.
But the blocks are very small.
I bet you right stick. I bet you right stick.
But hopefully it's like the right stick selects like a place where a block would be.
Yeah.
Because it would be really annoying if you had a cursor, like a reticule. That would
that's
suck.
what I hated about Stardew Valley.
Is it? Oh, is the reticule?
Yeah, because I got it on Xbox for super cheap. Back when I played my Xbox One, and I was like, "Oh, why is there a fucking cursor that I control with the right stick?"
But you also get grappling hooks as well.
Yes, I've seen play of this game.
Then you can get wings in the hard mode where you can actually just fly. There's sky islands that you can go visit.
That's dope.
There's potions that give you buffs.
I love Skyward Sword.
It sucks that the birds up there are all hostile. Also, fishing is a very powerful thing to do in the game.
Oh,
you can fish up crates, and when you're in hard mode, they're just like, here's a crate of what? End gear.
The goodest
end game shit. Like shit you need. Like one of our guys is just fishing all the time, and he's just picking up like crates. It's like, what's this? It's mithril.
Oh, dope.
Which is like almost like a higher tier. Or you can also fish up a shark called a reaver shark. It is a pickaxe.
Oh.
But it's one of the most powerful pickaxes you can get in easy mode.
Cool, man. Let's see what. Well, I just want to make sure I'm right. Yeah. I played a game this week that I played from beginning to end.
In 1 week?
Yeah, because
it
was like it's like a classic one sitting game.
Yeah.
It's called If Found by Dreamfeel. It's kind of like a visual novel. Well, it is. It describes itself as one, but it's not like what you imagine when you think visual novel, which for me is like dumb waifu shit.
Gal girl.
Gal Gun is not a visual novel, Ian. It's a first person on rail shooter.
Honey Pop.
Yeah.
That's not even a fucking visual novel.
Not really.
That is a fucking match 3 game to get pussy.
If I'm being honest, when I think of visual novel, I think Nekopara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other one? That one about the girls, Katawa Shoujo?
Oh, yeah, where everybody's like...
Do you know there's 2 versions of that game?
2 versions?
Yeah, there's like a memeier version of it.
Oh, I
because
didn't know
it was made by 4chan
I know
people.
It was made by 4chan people, but it's weird because it's like actively earnest is what everybody tells me.
Oh, there's like when it's just the characters say some funny shit sometimes, but when you're like talking to them about their backstory, it's like some like most of them have their disabilities not because they're born with them, because something happened to them.
Yeah. No, but I've heard that it's like not it doesn't seem like it's written by 4chan because the women are written actually well.
Because it's old 4chan.
Yeah, I guess.
4chan is you can still find some.
I mean, 4chan's a whole.
It depends on the. It's one of those things you make your own experience. It's like people can be like, Tumblr's toxic, Twitter's toxic. It's like, stop following those people then. Stop engaging.
I would say on average, people on 4chan are worse.
Depending on what board you're on.
I would say in general. I'm saying the entire website. Like I'm saying,
but people also look at being worse as a joke on that. Like there's a copy pasta. Have you ever?
Yeah, no, but like, yeah. I mean, I know the real bad people went to 8chan.
Yeah. Have you ever? Well, because they banned all lolly and Shota content on 4chan.
Yeah, and a lot of Nazi content.
Yeah.
And
sorry, R9K, your entire board is gone.
Yeah.
Actually, that's still there. I don't even know that board. Actually, I just use it.
Well, I was listening to this really interesting interview somebody did with the guy who like created 8chan, because he's not affiliated anymore.
Yeah.
And so like what happened to him was he sort of was a lonely kid with kind of shitty views who was like, I just want to be able to say whatever I want. I don't think anybody should be banned for anything they say. And then so I'm going to make my own version of 4chan that's even more lax. And it's like, but then like somebody else bought it out from under him, and at the time, and then he like, met a woman and fell in love, and is like, hold on,
maybe
this whole situation was kind of terrible.
Yeah.
And it's been spreading actual violence in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really fascinating interview.
Yeah, there's this one. There's this one on the the funniest 4chan story is that the board GIF used to just be there used to be the only GIF board.
Yeah.
And then since porn GIFs are very popular, it instantly took over the board and they had to make a second board called Safe for Work GIF. But then like there's this one I go on the adult GIF one because I don't really like porn, but I do like it.
I do that, but I do that on Reddit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the same shit. But like, since they're all boards that people can like contribute, someone titled there's a common titling for like GIFs that make you want to suck cock. It's just supposed to be like girls that make it look like fucking phenomenal. Like look like it's super cool to do.
Yeah.
But then people go on the board and there was the straightest man in the world showed up and he's like, no, never, nothing would ever make me want to suck a dick. And he wrote this fucking paragraph and it shows up everywhere on these boards.
That's funny.
It just pops in. There's like ones about like fucking transsexual people as well that shows up all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's super offensive shit.
Yeah.
But it's just dudes like at the heart of it, like when it was first posted, it's like a guy actually trying to like say his views. And then now it's just people who just copy and paste it because they think it's funny.
Yeah. Again, like, I avoid that sort of side of the internet because I think it's poopy.
Oh, I just...
Anyway, what was I talking about? Right. If Found. Everybody should fucking play If Found. It's great.
Yeah.
It is a visual novel that tells a story, two separate stories. One about an astronaut named Cassiopeia who is investigating a black hole.
A fucking Japanese jazz musician.
I mean, it's just a name.
Yeah, well, there's a guy, there's a jazz museum who made musician.
Yeah.
Who made an album called Mint Jams. That's his only album I know, but it's by Cassiopeia.
I think it's like a Greek name. But Cassiopeia
also has a very sweet green text on 4chan about him.
Cool.
You tell your thing. I'll get back to that.
So, the story of If Found is about an astronaut named Cassiopeia investigating a black hole that's just beyond our solar system that threatens to destroy everything, and simultaneously tells the story of a small island in Ireland in 1993 where a young woman named Cassio comes back home, like around December, from the city where she's currently living, which is like Dublin, back home to this like small little island area. And it tells a great story. It's got a fantastic soundtrack. It's very smart. It's very interesting. Essentially what happens is like, so the main character, Cassio, like she's a trans woman and she's coming back home, and obviously
Gross.
her family, God damn it, Ian.
Sorry, that's not
That
real.
was fake.
Is that one of the things you would cut out?
That's one of the things I might cut out, but I'm going to leave it in because we're recording this the lastest minute.
And also, it's not multiple tracks.
Yes, well, I could cut that out. I wasn't talking while you were talking. Anyway, so, she has conflict with her family because they don't understand her. And so, like, she runs away from home and she lives in this little, what's the word? They squat in this, like, abandoned house with these other
Squatters.
people. Yeah, they're squatters. She
down.
squats with, like, these other people. And they go to, like, a punk show and shit.
Ooh.
It's dope. It's great. And the music's great. It's really a smartly written thing, and everyone should check it out. The way you gameplay, what's cool is it's not like a traditional like visual novel. It's you're going through a diary and you're clearly starting like near the you're reading from the top, but things in there have been like scratched over and stuff as if it's been like gone through multiple times. And you erase it. So first you erase the scratch over, and then you erase everything, and then you're erasing the pages, and you just get through the entire game by just erasing away the screen. And the eraser leaves like eraser leavings, and it gets smaller and smaller and more used up the closer you get to the end of the game, and so it like erases less of the screen at once. And then the ending is just phenomenal. and it's a beautiful story. It's got great art, great music, and you should absolutely check it out. It's called If Found ... and it's by the developer Dreamfeel.
Published by Annapurna
Interactive.
Which, damn, if we recorded this earlier, they had games on sale recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, could have fucking
Well,
bought
it just came out. It wouldn't have been on sale.
Oh, yeah?
It
Oh,
came
you know
out
what?
days ago.
Maybe that might have been why they were having the sale then.
Yeah. Annapurna, I love Annapurna. I think it's so dope that like small movie company decided that we would also be we'd get a bunch of investors and be like an indie game publisher.
A gamer company now.
Yeah, and they publish fucking incredible games. Like they published the PC versions of like Flower and Journey. They published fucking Sayonara Wild Hearts, Ashen, like just all of the cool shit. The coolest shit, they did it. Kentucky Route Zero. Great stuff. Oh, What Remains of Edith Finch was like the first thing that I saw that they did, and that game's fucking phenomenal.
Oh, that game looked cute for a second. That gameplay does not. I was just looking on Steam to see if that Annapurna Interactive sale was still going on. But there was a game that it was a daily offer that was like a game called While True Learn.
Yeah,
and it's it's a puzzle game about you're a coder who working on like neural networks or some shit.
Yeah.
And you're good at it, but your cat's better than you. So what you do is you're trying to make a thing so you can translate cat to human language, but then the puzzles are like way too. They don't look like fun puzzles.
It's not. It's like Baba Is You, but without the cool parts of that game.
Maybe, I don't know.
Did you not fuck with Baba Is You?
No, I don't play games.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All I do is play Destiny 2.
All Ian do is
eat hot chip and lie.
I was gonna say play Destiny 2, play Monster Hunter World.
I haven't played Monster Hunter World in a while, actually.
Watch Avatar, eat hot chip and lie.
Gotta find a new show now that Avatar's done.
Yeah.
Kind of want to watch. I don't really want to watch anime right now because it just all sucks.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'll watch like after I finished Avatar. I'm like, maybe some Western animation shows will be cool. But
Infinity Train.
Yeah, I guess. But like, I don't want like other than that. Since you just brought that up, I guess I'll throw that on my list. But I don't want to watch
the first season. It was good.
I watched the pilot episode.
I watched the original pilot.
That's what I mean.
And then I watched the first season when it came out.
Yeah.
But I
Did
haven't.
you ever watch Smiling Friends?
No.
It is a pilot made by Psychic Pebbles.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Is Psychic Pebbles the one that also did his fake JoJo?
No, they're friends. That's Mick.
Oh, that's right.
Rice Pirate. They used to do a podcast together.
Out?
I don't know. Like I feel like it looks like 7 chapters are out, but then also no chapters are out. Like he's just working on it. I don't think he wants to do it week to week. I think he wants to just throw it all out at once.
Blast it, yeah.
Yeah. Cuz it's a motion comic as well, so he has to like fucking do all the transitions and shit. It's not just the comic.
I thought it was just like an actual animation.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
a motion comic.
There will be actual animated parts, but it's mostly motion stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to know who's going to do the next Homestuck. Like not literally Homestuck, but I mean something that's that cool.
But it's also so Smiling Friends though.
Yeah.
It's Psychic Pebbles and Michael Cusack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like these guys, their whole job is to go and make people smile.
Yeah.
And make them have a good time. So the pilot episode is they go to a man's house. It's this disgusting fat bald dude. He's just holding a fucking revolver next to his head the whole time. And you know who he's voiced by?
Who?
Fuck. I always mix up their names. Mr. Plinkett.
Mr. Plinkett. Oh yeah, Mike Stoklasa.
Yeah, Mike Stoklasa. He's fucking like he's just sitting there like they're trying to make him feel better. He's like, I don't know. I think I still want to kill myself.
Well, actually, fuck. Mike and Rich both play Mr. Plinkett at different times.
It's the original, which is Mike. The one where he was like, I have a lady locked in my basement.
That's the worst part of the fucking Mr. Plinkett stuff, am I being honest?
Well, he's just a weird serial killer. They just wanted to make jokes about that. But like, and then
it's every time though it makes me uncomfortable.
The half in the bag Mr. Plinkett and like the Star Wars review Mr. Plinkett is totally different people.
The half in the bag Mr. Plinkett I think is funnier because half in the bag Mr.
He's
Plinkett
just a
is still
fucking
kind
idiot.
of a piece of shit, but
Yeah.
he's more dumb.
He's stupid. He's like, I need my VCR repaired, and they're like, but DVD players exist. And he's like, should you really be telling me that as VCR repair people?
Yeah.
Anyways, get to work, and then they're just like, we can milk this for as long as we want.
He keeps forgetting.
Yeah. It's half of the bag is a funny show.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It just sucks that I don't like watching reviews on things that I don't care about.
Yeah.
So like they might be saying funny things, but I don't care to watch a review for a movie I don't care about.
I find that their reviews to me, for me personally, I just find that they're like super cynical about shit, and I don't like that.
Like you with Star Wars.
No, because I like more Star Wars movies than they do.
Yeah. Well, they like 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, and I like 4, 5, 6, 3, and 8.
You don't even like 7?
Yeah, 7's fine.
Okay.
It's not a good movie. It's just fine.
Yeah.
I think 8.
I think 7 sets up some cool things that they really that like
I think what 7
we were robbed by them making Rey the only main character. Like Finn gets jobbed so hard.
Yeah, well, like,
even in 8.
Yeah, but okay, what I like about 8 is that we're handed this plate of boring and obvious J.J. Abrams puzzles, and Rian Johnson goes, well, okay, I'm going to give you answers to those, but they're not the ones that you expect and it's not the ones the characters want to be
Rey's
true.
Parents
Like,
being
Rey
the one.
desperately wanted to be important, and what she needed to realize was that being important comes from within, and that's the point of The Last
we
Jedi.
were fucking talking shit on episode 9, like
Yeah.
in my Discord. Like we're not like you where we're like that movie's absolute garbage. We're like, oh, we enjoyed the movie, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
So we're talking about fucking like we were just, but like one of the guys hadn't seen it yet, so we were like being like real vague.
Babu Frick fucks.
Babu Frick is the man. But so we're just talking, and then we're just like, you know what, man, why don't you go watch it? And then like the next day he's like, I watched Star Wars last night. Fuck. And we're like, you're nothing, you're trash.
Yeah, I like for me the
Please
problem.
give me that gash.
Yeah.
God, fucking Kylo Ren's a simp.
Well, Kylo Ren, it's that character, man.
What a waste of a good actor.
What a waste of a terrific actor.
Yeah.
Way to hand him so much nothing.
Every single time I even see him,
Like, he doesn't even care by the end of the third one.
oh yeah, but I think like even at the end of the third one, I'm like, God, he's still so fucking good.
Yeah, he's
But, like,
a
he
great
doesn't-
actor, but you can tell he's like, I can barely give a
Yeah,
shit about this.
he's like, God damn.
You really want me to
Thank
kiss
God
her?
I'm dead.
Do you really want me to kiss Daisy Ridley? You know she's like 15 years younger than
Yeah,
me.
you know I'm like 36 and she's 22, right?
Yeah.
Also, same with the characters in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fine. I guess we'll have a. No, it's a familial kiss, Nathan.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a kiss of relief, is what it was.
Whatever. Yeah, that's
The dumbest bullshit.
that's what straight people say about Korra and Asami as well.
Yeah. Well, it's just listen. It's just a kiss of relief. Okay?
Yeah.
They only hold their hands because they're good friends.
Oh no, it's that Asami, since she's a non-bender, totally can't go to the spirit world.
And that's why they need to hold it.
That's why they need to hold both hands and
Both hands.
lovingly gaze into each other's eyes.
And then kiss immediately off screen.
Yeah, because Nickelodeon.
And then kiss all the time in the comics.
Yeah, man. Do you have that one?
I don't have Turf Wars. I've heard it's good.
Okay, because I was so annoyed with Katara and Aang in The Promise and The Search.
What?
Sweetie, yes, sweetie. I'm like, these are fucking 14-year-olds. I don't want to hear.
You never knew 14-year-olds who would date and say that dumb bullshit.
No, the baby was it, and I hated that as well.
Well, yeah. The baby sucks.
Baby sucks. Baby sucks.
I would rather. I'm more. If I say either, I say babe. I'm a babe boy.
Yeah. Baby sounds like something.
Baby's
dude.
weird. But babe isn't. Babe is douchey, but it's fun.
Baby is infantilizing. Babe is like, man, what a babe.
So babe, How's it going?
Babe is a word you use because you think your partner's hot. Baby is a word because you use when if you get money. If you get money when you're 40, you're gonna try and fuck an 18-year-old immediately.
Yeah. Or if you're like you have like that, yeah.
Dudes who say baby got excited when Billie Eilish turned 18. There's always dudes like those though. Like, what fucking? Remember there was like a countdown to like Mary-Kate and Ashley turning 18. That
was so fucking weird.
Soon I could jerk off to them without feeling weird about it.
I do now, but I just feel so weird, dude.
I do now, but I'm like lying to myself.
The day she turns 18, I'm still gonna look at the same pictures of her, but I won't feel bad about them anymore.
Yeah.
People are gross.
So it was Avatar.
Avatar is sick.
So I just remembered a discourse I was seeing.
Yeah.
Is people, there was like that, someone did art of like what the older gang looks like.
Yeah.
Where like, it's Katara and Aang pre-children, Sokka.
Sort of like the flashback Aang.
Yeah, well that flashback Aang was 40 and had like 3 of his kids. So like
30s Aang.
20 to 30 Aang.
Okay.
Where he had the beard, but like he didn't have any lines on his face yet. Okay. He had the jaw. It was all shaped, just wasn't getting older yet.
Okay.
And like everyone else, and like they all looked great. Someone was like, "This is the sequel we should have gotten. Fuck this Legend of Korra shit." And it's like,
nothing interesting happened then.
Exactly. Oh, fucking, what was the guy, the villain Amon and Tarlok's dad? Like, that is such a boring conclusion.
Well, the point is that once he got older, like he peaked at age 12. Like he did everything. The world got mostly fixed. He ended the war.
He became an advisor. He was doing the same shit Tenzin was doing.
Yeah.
At the beginning of season 1, where
what he was doing was still important. He was still solving problems, and he occasionally fought people, but nothing super exciting could happen because everyone's fucking tired from 100 years of war.
Also, his job is done.
Yeah.
There should be no... If there was like another fucking... Even if you go read the books that came place after, you couldn't make those... You could make those probably into like all like 3 of the fucking books.
Yeah.
You could make them into like a 12-episode season, 4 episodes a book.
Yeah.
But there's no exciting conclusion. The most exciting conclusion is at the end of the search.
Yeah, where we learn what happened to Zuko's mom.
And also that the face matron gives her original face back.
Yeah.
Because only because the Avatar had dealings with Kone, the face stealer.
Yeah.
And she blames herself for him being a piece of shit.
Yeah. I think, although I've heard that there is a 2-parter, which is
My Story.
No.
Because I don't know if that's a Dojin or not.
No. There's
Dojin,
2 books that come after the Rift. 2 of the big ones still. There's North and South, and there's another one. And those 2 form a 2-parter. And apparently that's pretty good. And it has to do with like one's about like the North and South water tribes, and the other one's about like some like
also
Fire Nation, Earth Nation shit.
I know.
Oh, one of those is about one of those is about a group of, like, I think a revolutionary group or something trying to overthrow Zuko. One of those books is about that.
Okay, there's The Promise.
Yeah.
The Search.
Yeah, The Rift.
Smoke and Shadow. North and South. Imbalance. And then Team Avatar Tales.
Yeah, Team Avatar,
which I think is just a like chibi version of them, probably.
Team Avatar Tales is from when the show was airing. There were comics that were coming out.
Because then there's also the Lost Adventures, which I thought that was that.
That is also that.
Oh, the art does not look good on the cover of that.
Yeah, those ones are from the time.
I think I was gonna.
Team Avatar Tales was comics from when the book was coming out, and the Lost Adventures are little comics. No, sorry. Team Avatar Tales are the free comic book day ones from when The Promise and The Search were coming out. Yeah. Just the free comic book day stories. And the Lost Adventures were the comics that were printed in Nickelodeon magazine from while the show was airing.
I only have one more to read now. I only have Smoke and Shadow.
I have to read Smoke and Shadow and North and South.
Well, North and South, I'm reading them on an app, like a manga app.
Yeah.
That is,
criminal.
So they don't have the next one. I think I'm gonna buy them after I'm done.
Yeah, I have the
They're all
library
good.
editions.
Like they're all worth reading. I
They're
think
all good.
they're nice follow-ups. It's just once again, nothing's exciting enough. The most exciting thing is the Iron General during the Rift, but they don't even fight him. Like Aang fucking kicks his ass in a second because he's a weak bitch and he's the Avatar.
Yeah, he's Goku. He's Goku, but he's already killed the biggest threat.
I think he literally Kamehamehas him, actually. Like, he hits him with a blast of fucking energy. It's airbending, but it looks like energy, and it, like, busts a hole through him, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like, I don't think you could really... Aang has the power to take away people's fucking bending.
But here's the thing. Actually, I was going to bring that up about the search. Why the fuck did they let Azula keep her bending? She is mentally unstable.
Because I think Aang felt bad for her.
No, I think it's because remember how he almost lost to Ozai?
Yeah.
In taking away the bending, if you fail to take it away, it fucks up your own mind and you go crazy.
Oh yeah.
I think Azula's crazy is stronger than Aang's righteousness.
Yeah, or Zuko said, "Don't do it."
Yeah. I think Zuko was probably like, "Yo, she'll get better one day. She'll
be okay. We'll just
let's
keep her locked up."
She did.
She is a little bit better.
I think she's dead in Korra.
Oh, by Korra, yeah, she's dead.
Well, but Zuko's still alive, and he's the older sibling.
Yeah, but Zuko wasn't living in prison.
No, she gets out. She's not in prison her whole life.
I thought the search they let her out for a bit.
No, after she goes back afterwards, but it was said that her brain gets fixed. She gets better, and she
gets
comes
better.
out. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
She pretty much...
Maybe that happens in North and South or whatever.
Also, you know what I don't get? Yeah. Lightning.
What about it?
Zuko couldn't do it because he didn't have enough... Because don't you have to have like a fuckload of like hatred in your heart to be able to do lightning in Last Airbender? But Mako can just throw that shit out?
I think the vibe is like... I don't think it was hatred. I think it's just like... It's a really hard thing to learn, and that Zuko
just couldn't do it. It's like how Bolin couldn't metal bend.
Yeah,
but he can lava bend.
Yeah,
I wish Bolin could metal bend.
We have like the problem is they established like a bunch of metal benders, so they were like, let's not have Bolin be one. But they
established it so hard that like it made it feel like it's just a skill you could learn.
Well, it's kind of
and
both.
Then Korra goes and she can just learn it, but Bolin couldn't get it.
Yeah. I think the interesting thing is like Toph invents it, right? And so I think it's something that over time gets easier the more people learn. Like people can just learn it.
Well, yeah,
right?
Toph. The way Toph explains it is just like you gotta do it. You one day you just kind of understand you can do it, and then her fucking daughters learn it, and they're both good at it. And then Sue goes on with her whole thing to. Make
like essentially a metal bending school.
Make a metal bending nation inside of the Earth Nation.
Yeah.
And then, but still be under the Earth reign until the end of Korra.
Yeah.
Where the one good thing that kid did was abolish the monarchy.
Yeah.
Well, he would still the prince, but he will be the last. Well, he's the king. He will be the last king.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah, when you just make it like you can't explain it to Bolin, but then no one explains lava bending to Bolin. He literally just does it.
Yeah, you just learned it.
I also looked it up. I want to see how common it is. Only 4 people other than Bolin were able to do it, and 3 of them were avatars.
Yeah,
as we have known. And then there's the guy Gazan.
Yeah,
who his death is very off screen.
Oh, you mean he's one of Zahir's boys, right?
Yeah, he's the Earthbender. He literally is just Mako and Bolin. Fucking, I think Mako kills the waterbender. Like, she is the most on-screen death. Where she's like, she runs out of water and she goes like, she runs away, jumps down a pit, and then in the pit is nothing but water, and she's got like, she goes all octopus mode, and then Mako just like jumps and like straddles something and just goes lightning, and she goes like, she gets electrocuted so hard that she even at the end is just like,
she's just fucked. Like,
yeah,
that show goes hard at the end.
In that season, they killed a lot of people.
Everyone.
Yeah, that whole... No, Zahir doesn't die.
Zahir doesn't die. He comes back in season 4.
To be like... for Korra to be like, I'm not afraid of you. And then he goes, ha ha ha. Ha! And she's like, ah!
Yeah.
He like jabs it. He like tries to charge her, but even though she knows his chains won't be released,
Yeah.
she still screams and like cowers away. Like, it's like, Korra, you're clearly not over it.
No, I mean, fair.
Yeah,
She's allowed to not be over it.
yeah.
Like,
the man came seconds away from murdering her. Her
And,
fight
like,
with him is
crippled
also
her.
really cool.
yeah,
Well, it crippled her because of the poison. He didn't actually cripple her.
yeah.
But but season 3, bending just felt so weighty and like actually powerful again.
Yeah.
Fucking Tenzin taking on 3 of them at once, and he's like, I always felt an issue with Tenzin's bending
Yeah.
is that Aang's was like so like natural and flowed, like he was very free with it, but Tenzin's very much like,
It's because he's very uptight.
Aang's very serious about his culture, but he would also be like, come on, relax.
Yeah. Well, he's a very go with the flow type.
Yeah, the only reason the air acolytes exist
which is
because
why he's a
some
terrible
teenagers
father.
made a mistake.
Because
he's a bad dad.
father.
Which is always a bummer.
Yeah.
I don't think he was a bad dad. I think he just showed favoritism a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like he took Tenzin on vacations and like things to do. But Boomy I feel the worst for because
Do you want to know? So
because Kaya she spent time with her mother
yeah,
because she is a
Boomy had it the
waterbender.
worst because he was a non-bender. Yeah.
He is a non-bender who did his fucking best to like impress his parents,
and none of them loved him the most.
He's like
the Sokka.
Yeah, well, but Katara wasn't the last waterbender when she was born.
Yeah.
Where
She sort of was, but not really.
She was of the Southern Water Tribe. The Northern Water Tribe is very much still alive.
Well, do you know what's really interesting is like, so Kaya, by the way, is named that way because in the pilot for Avatar, Katara was named Kaya. That's where that name comes from.
I thought, like, why is Boomy the only one named after someone?
Oh, Tenzin is.
He's named after a real human being.
No, because it's potentially that he's named after Monk Gyatso, because Tenzin Gyatso was the Dalai Lama.
Oh, so Gyatso might have been his last
Gyatso,
name.
yeah. So Monk Gyatso, naming Tenzin is named after the same person that Gyatso is named after.
Okay.
So I don't know if Gyatso's real name was Tenzin
Gyatso.
But in the real world, he's named after the same person, so
Yeah.
that's the connection.
Boomy is named after King Boomy. Kaya
Fucking
is
great character.
Kaya. She could have been named like Kana or something, which was her mother's name.
Yeah, but Kaya, it's Kaya because Katara was originally named Kaya.
Yeah, but if they were gonna use why use callbacks on only one of them? And also, you're both worst. I guess it's your firstborn son, and Boomy was like Aang's best friend,
Yeah.
oldest friend. It's kind of. Did Zuko only have one kid? Did he just have his daughter?
Yeah, I think he just had a daughter.
That's probably why he had his daughter. He's like, shit. Well,
And
whatever.
then the daughter had
Fire Lord Azumi.
Yeah.
And then the daughter was like, hey, if you had a son, he would have been named Iroh, right? And Zuko's like, yeah. And she's like, good, I'm having a boy.
named the
His name's
boy
Iroh.
Iroh. He looks and talks exactly like my father.
Yeah. And also, he talks exactly like him, but he's 46. And that's that voice. It was jarring the first time.
Yeah.
When it's like this man with like this fucking cut jaw, like he's definitely older than like 20.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hello, it's me, Dante Bosco. And it's like,
Well, Dante Bosco's actually like fucking late 40s.
but that's
He's an older dude.
I was also fucking yelling about that last night
Yeah.
to my buddy while I was just drunk trying not to fall asleep. Going like, why did they recap? Why didn't they just bring back the guy who did Sokka's voice actor for older, like Sokka, or fucking bring back Toph for older Toph?
Well,
or Aang. The kid definitely. By the time Korra came around, the kid who did Aang would be an
retired.
Adult.
He stopped acting, but
he does.
The guy who
sound department
plays
stuff.
Sokka was an adult when he played Sokka.
But I'm sure he could just fucking put like a bit more like depth into his voice.
Yeah.
Or just talk seriously. Like
Yeah. Well, Jessie Flower / whatever her current name that she goes by is, like Michaela something, but she went by Jessie Flower when she was in The Last Airbender. She came back to voice one of Toph's daughters in the flashback episode.
probably Suyin.
Yeah, Suyin. Suyin in the flashback episode. It's Toph's voice actress.
Yeah. I get why not you would change them for Zuko now and Toph now, because it's like they're fucking old.
We're old people.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine you're like, wow, General Iroh, bit old to have that voice. Meanwhile, old Zuko's still with Dante Vasco's voice.
That would be funny.
It's like, hey guys, I'm American Dragon Jake Long.
I just there's a dumb line at the start of the show where Katara says like,
I said this to you last week.
Did we? All my friends are long gone. But there were like
even my brother. It's like no,
your brother and your husband is dead.
Yeah, only Aang and Sokka.
Yeah. But fucking Toph's alive. She just ran away.
Yeah.
Zuko's alive. He's just retired.
Yep.
Like who else is their friend? Like
Suki.
Suki. Oh, she's probably dead.
And, like, we don't see her in the flashback where we see Sokka, so I'm going to assume that she died early or they broke up.
Yeah.
Apparently, in Avatar The Last Airbender, when Sokka kisses Suki near the end, he won't kiss her at nighttime.
What?
There's, like, a little bit where he won't kiss her at nighttime.
Oh, because of the moon. My first girlfriend turned into the moon. That's actually, now rewatching it, no, she did not.
She did.
She did not become the fish. She gave her the life the fish granted.
But then she disappeared.
Yes, but it's because she wasn't supposed to.
She merged
exist.
with the fish.
Yeah,
the moon is now partially her.
Yes, she didn't become.
And she said, "I will watch over you always, Sokka."
Yeah, that's just something dead people say.
But now he's like, listen, I liked her a lot, but I'm dating this other girl.
Also,
and I'm trying to fuck.
He knew her for 3 days.
Yeah, but it's a fucking kid's show.
It's a kid's show. And also she was like really down with him like really quickly. Like
they were both real down real
same
quick.
Like I guess Opal was down with Bolin pretty fast, but she also calls him out. She's like, I like it when you're cute, not when you're being a douche.
Yeah.
Avatar's sick.
It's the best.
This is the Avatar episode.
The Avatar app.
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody's watching it. It's like the number1 show on Netflix in the States.
Also, how fucked would like most benders be once guns become if guns became a thing in that universe?
All of them that aren't earthbenders.
Yeah, and also the earthbenders that aren't metal benders.
Yeah. No,
unless all the bullets were made out of platinum, then they're fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say like earthbenders should be fine. Actually, you could block a bullet with a big slab of fucking ground.
Yeah.
Like rocks can stop a bullet.
I think, but you would have to have the rock come up. Like if they got the jump on you,
yeah,
you'd be fucked.
Well, but thankfully they just use robots that tase people or whatever.
Yeah, they didn't come up with guns. They came up with a giant mech with a laser cannon first.
Yeah. Everybody's
also
like,
made
listen.
entirely out of platinum, an incredibly rare metal.
Yeah, but you know, one of them was a billionaire or whatever. It's easy to get rare shit when you're a billionaire. Did you notice that Sami's dad is also the asshole general from the Avatar State episode?
Avatar State.
The Avatar State episode where Aang, the season 2 opener where they're like, we need you to train the Avatar State. We're gonna bypass the next 2 seasons.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Huh.
The asshole guy.
Definitely not related.
They're both.
No, the Satos are from the Fire Nation.
You're right.
Yeah. Fucking Earthbenders. Firebenders are just a nightmare in that universe. Who killed your parents? A firebender.
Yeah.
Who destroyed your hometown? A firebender.
Yeah, firebender.
Hey, Mako, who is a firebender? Who killed your parents? Firebender.
Because our parents were bossing, say, gangsters.
Yeah. And well, no, they moved to Republic City.
Yeah, but they were from Bossing Say.
You know what? I bet they were like fucking like street rats in Bossing Say.
Yeah.
And like ran with a gang, moved to Republic City, then got killed there by like the gang tracking them down. You know, Bossing Say sucks at all times. There is literally not a good time to be in Bossing Say.
Bossing Say is just better Attack on Titan. Don't at me.
I don't know. Their wall gets fucked up pretty easily.
In Attack on Titan, yeah.
No, in Bossing Say as well.
In Bossing Say, they withstood a fucking 3-month siege.
Yeah, it's because Iroh's kid died.
Yeah.
The only reason why they won.
No, they managed to kill Iroh's kid.
Whatever.
Think about it the other way. And they made Iroh into a better person because of it.
Yeah. Rip Mako.
Not Mako. Wait. Iroh's kid wasn't Mako?
No.
Oh,
Mako, the guy who played Iroh.
You're right. Yeah.
He only played Iroh for the first season.
First two.
No, he died during the second.
He died during the second, but so the reason why the like in loving memory of Mako
is because they died.
It's because he died.
He recorded the lines.
He'd recorded pretty much all
then
of season 2.
Then he died while it was airing.
And he died while it was airing.
And then they edited that to say
they threw that on.
Okay,
there, yeah.
And then Greg Baldwin does him in season 3.
Greg Baldwin just for season 3, yeah.
Oh, he's also new. He's current Iroh as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, season 3 and Korra.
His season 3 Iroh sounds so much better than his Korra Iroh. I don't know why.
5 years?
I guess.
Like, it was like 5 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He got less good at doing it. Because
I think it's more than 5 years.
At the start of season 3, it's kind of rusty, but like...
I think it's good by the end.
By the end, it's perfect.
Yeah. When the fuck did Avatar air?
2005 to 2008.
No, I think it was before that.
2005 to 2008.
I keep trying to fucking type it, but I keep getting Avatar.
Avatar.
My fucking giant thumbs.
Get fucked, thumbs.
Get fucked. Get fucked, cunt. Avatar, 2000. Yeah, you're right. 2005, 2008.
Yep.
Let's see. Legend of Korra.
Legend of Korra, 2012 to 2014.
I'm just gonna fucking rewatch. I honestly have nothing to watch. I think I'm just gonna fucking rewatch season 3. Like, I watched it all yesterday, and I think I'm just gonna start it again. I did the same thing with 2012, so 4 years.
Yep.
I did the same thing with fucking Castlevania when I first watched it.
Oh, just watched it and watched it all again?
Yeah. Well, I started watching it again. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do something else with my time. But like that game, that's also a good show.
Castlevania's great.
Can't wait for season 4.
Yeah.
Where everything's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, that's a bummer show.
But like, that was a real fucking good line at the end of season 3 with dude, where Trevor and Sypha, where he's just like, we were living your life before, now we're living mine, because it goes from like fun detective adventures to, oh my god, the judge was killing kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the villain of Scoob was Jason Isaacs.
Yeah.
Who plays the judge.
Yeah. Well, also, Jason Isaac plays in Admiral Zhao.
Yeah.
In Avatar.
Man, Jason Isaac's a really good voice actor.
He's great.
Fucking Simon Cowell looks so out of place in that universe.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Scoob for a minute.
Let's talk about Scoob.
Before this shit ends. That movie, good 50-50, but just like all kids' movies with jokes. It's like there's some bangers, and then there's some trash. Like that fucking line about Fahrenheit and superhero movies, funny.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that happens, kind of funny, but then also shit that's stupid. Like Simon Cowell showing up, once again, dated joke. But the reason why Simon Cowell looks so out of place is because everyone in the movie is a fucking cartoon. They have cartoon face proportions, and he has a human man's face. And it gets even worse later on in the movie when Dick Dastardly shows up.
Yeah.
Who is a man with the biggest fucking chin in the world. He looks like a stupid-ass cartoon.
Do they do the whole wacky racist thing? Or whatever his show is?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Do they have a big race sequence?
No.
Oh.
I think it's a really weird... It's not really a Scooby-Doo movie. I don't like that they're trying
to fold together a fucking Hanna-Barbera fucking cinematic universe.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Like Ken Jeong was Dynamite.
Oh, that's good.
He was really good as that.
Dynamite.
Mark Wahlberg was Blue Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Mark Wahlberg was Brian Falcon.
Yeah.
Who is Blue Falcon's son and is a piece of shit.
So, Blue Falcon and Dynamite...
Oh, the fucking best joke in the movie.
Yeah.
is... Shaggy and Scoob end up on the Blue Falcon ship, and he gives them a gift basket, and he's like, "Here's my father's autobiography. Stop falcon around." And then he's like, and then here's my biography that I wrote, and it just says, "Keep falcon around." And it's like, God, that joke is so fucking funny.
Yeah,
because it's one of the it's that kid movie shit where like it's a joke for the parents. The kid's like, "What does falcon around mean?" You're like, "Yeah, son, you'll get it later."
It's just fucking around.
Yeah, but then they have the shit where they like wedge in. Like I swear to God, there was either a TikTok reference or something close to it.
Oh well, they promoted the movie heavily on TikTok.
Yeah, it's just there's good and there's bad.
Yeah.
But don't put real human faces in your cartoon kids movie unless you're going to stylize them.
Yeah.
Like, I think
don't try to put an actual.
Imagine if you were like watching The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And like, you know how they
had celebrities in.
They had celebrities a lot, but whenever they showed up, they were like the Simpsons caricature version. What if there was like a realistic drawing? Like, it just would look like shit.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta
be a bit of a poopy one.
Fit the art style. Don't drop a human in there.
That's the problem with newer Simpsons, even.
Yeah, well, because
it sucks. It's just a bad show.
Yeah, there's like one good joke every season.
They finally fixed it on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's good. Maybe I'll watch that then.
Yeah.
Because right now I still have Disney Plus because I accidentally didn't do. I was gonna do the free trial because I was watching Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah. Watch Gargoyles.
No.
It's fucking great.
No, I remember it nostalgically. I don't want to watch it.
No, it's great. It's from the creator of fucking Young Justice. It's so good.
Wait, the original Gargoyles?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the creator, the guy who created Gargoyles made Young Justice.
Yeah. And
maybe I could also go watch Young Justice season 2. Or like that season that they put on their like fucking streaming.
The DC Universe season 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I also got season 2 of Harley Quinn. You know what? I do have some stuff to watch.
Oh, Harley Quinn. I need to catch up. Apparently, I don't know if you heard this.
Gay Ivy?
Gay, yeah.
Good.
Her and Ivy kissed.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what we couldn't get at the end of Legend of Korra.
Yeah. Because, well, this shows they can say fuck, so they might as well get away with the other shit.
But I want them to just, you know what? Let's go back. I want more Avatar.
Yeah. Well, we're getting the live action show for Netflix.
No,
that's why they put the original
I don't want it.
live action.
I don't want it. I don't care if it's the same guy. It's the guys who actually created the show.
It is the guys who actually created the show.
I know. I don't care. I don't think it's going to be as fun.
I think
it's going to be a bummer.
I think it'll be pretty good.
I think it's just going to fall flat.
I think it'll be all right.
When you make a live action
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to probably watch it as well.
And then I'll scream whenever something's different. And I'll clap when they skip the
They're
Great
not
Divide.
riding the penguins.
I'll clap when they skip the Great Divide because they're gonna make a joke about it. They made a joke about it in Ember Island players.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they'll get one season.
I think they'll probably get a couple.
I hope
it'll probably be better than the fucking One Piece show.
You know what? Yeah,
because it's better than One Piece.
It's better than One Piece because it knowed to go away.
Yeah, and I think the characters have better arcs and stuff. And are more interesting.
One Piece character arcs are just so spread out.
Yeah.
Like, and also actually once you get character growth once in One Piece.
It's like Final Fantasy VII where you go to, like in the game, like I like FF7. It's not the best FF, and it's because of the way it does its character arcs.
Also, you fucking said I have no excuse not to play FF9, and I'm just like, I don't have Game Pass.
It's cheap though.
Yeah, but I don't have money to spend.
That's fair.
Anyway, I'm gonna be on unemployment soon.
FF7, the way FF7 tells its stories for characters, it's like, oh, let's go to Barrett Town, the town where we learn Barrett's backstory, and then you get to know Barrett's backstory, and then Barrett, so it's like Barrett acts like Barrett up until you get to his town, and then you see his backstory section, and then he continues to act like Barrett for the rest of the game, and that's it. Nothing happens. Then you get to Red 13 town, and you get to hear Red 13's backstory, and you get a great moment, and then it's just he's the same for the rest of the game. So
like One Piece, it's like Zoro is kind of like he's like okay with Luffy, but he doesn't really regard him as a captain.
Yeah.
But then Zoro gets humbled like really early on by the actual greatest swordsman in the universe, Dracul Mihawk, who, guess what? He just looks like a vampire man.
He's not actually a vampire.
He has a giant cross like sword on his back, and he fucking just like does that, and then he also wears like a little fucking cross on a necklace. He pulls it out. It's also a small sword, and he almost kills Zoro with it.
Yeah.
And then Zoro gets humbled like that, and he's like, oh, well, you know what? I felt like I've gotten stronger with Luffy, so I'm going to hang on and be with this man. Nami is a fucking thief. She steals from them, but the time she had, she enjoyed. She feels bad though.
Did you see what I sent you about Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, Zoro's in it. I didn't read the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So
is he the main character?
He's the main character in the Japanese. I'm
playing this whole game in Japanese.
Me too. I was going to anyway because I'm going to play in the fucking black and white mode.
Oh man, that is the fucking worst thing about Neo 2. I started playing Neo 2 again. Yeah, I got my rhythm back on that game. Like literally, I quit because of a boss. And I was like, you know what? I'm drunk. I'm gonna play right now. And I opened it up and I killed the boss on my first try with like shaky hands. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I saw a Reddit
in
post
Neo 1.
Yeah.
Everyone speaks Japanese except for the main character.
Oh, Tekken rules, yeah.
Yes. But in Neo 2, they did a full English dub because there is no American character that they have to speak English for.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, British. So they made a full, proper English dub. And there's like this guy who's like, he recruits you to adventure with him around Japan and like killed Oni and shit.
Yeah.
He is supposed to definitely be like a redneck kind of dude.
Yeah.
Like backwoods, sort of like, fucking...
And they gave him sort of a
Hokkaido accent.
Yeah.
Or Onamichi, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's supposed to have the... He doesn't say he's never said the letter G in his fucking life. But, so, Americans, I guess, who did the localization were like, oh, redneck? Okay, I know what that means. And they're like, Cockney.
Oh, Cockney. It's one of two. It's Cockney or it's like Texan
But the guy doing the Cockney, it feels like the fucking like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Cockney.
Oh.
Where it's like just a bunch of people that making them do accents.
Well, the Xenoblade one, I forget if it's Xenoblade or Ni no Kuni 2. One of those two things, it actually got a British dub.
Or Dragon Quest 11.
Or DQ11.
Also, that's bad Cockney as well.
Well, no, but I think some of those are actual, just like, they're not. I think your brain goes, that's bad Cockney, and it's real.
Probably.
I think some of those are.
Yeah.
One of those three games, maybe two of those three, actually used a British dubbing studio.
Hopefully, it's definitely not Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I want to say Ni no Kuni 2.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't play that one.
I did.
I
It's
gotta
okay.
actually go
It's
and
not as
fucking
good as the
finish
first
Dragon
one.
Quest 11. Or just start playing it again on my Switch because I was not far.
Switch version's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did the mermaid stuff. Can't remember how far that is. Because that game's so much longer than you think it is.
I didn't get that far in that game. I did recently start playing a game that I picked up a while ago. We're getting along in this episode because we just like keep spending time with each other.
Oh, yeah, because as soon as it's over, I got to go home.
Yeah. I picked up off the shelf a game that I bought but played only like 5 minutes of because I'm dumb and I buy more games than I can play.
Yeah, same. I buy games that I think look cool and then never touch them. I actually bought Control. That's what I should fucking play.
I bought it and returned it because I couldn't get it to work with my controller on my computer.
Oh, weird.
Like, even though it's supposed to detect it, it just didn't work. So then I refunded it on Epic and got my money back.
Well, did you get did you buy it recently?
Yeah.
Because it was discounted, and then there was also
I got
extra
it for
$10.
Got it for like fucking...
Yeah, I got it for like $15.
Yeah, something like that.
A game I actually wanted, just couldn't justify spending the money on.
Yeah. I think I'll have to get it on PlayStation. Which sucks.
Actually, isn't it even on PlayStation?
Sucks. It's on everything.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Anyway, but I popped in Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Monsters? Oh yeah, every single time that game goes on sale, I'm like, maybe this is the time I buy it.
Get it on Switch. It's a good game.
They have both of them on Switch, right?
It's a complete pack.
Okay, because I was trying to buy it on my PlayStation.
Yeah, it's because they released
only the
separately.
second one is on the fucking PlayStation.
No, they both are.
No, it's not anymore. It's been removed.
Oh.
When you Google it, one of the first things is like a small game journalism site going, why is Cyber Sleuth one whatever the fuck it's called?
Yeah, just
not
Cyber
on the
Sleuth.
store.
Yeah.
And like it's like we literally can't figure out why.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it's just not there.
Well, I've been playing it on my Switch. It's a great game. It's very clearly a Vita game made to be like, hey, do you know what's a really good game that made a lot of money on the Vita? Oh, fucking Persona 4 Golden. Let's make a Digimon game that's a lot like Persona 4. Okay, sick. Now that's on the Switch.
Yeah.
It's like it's a perfect game. Like they were very